So yes, after an interesting conversation with the elf outside town, whose name, by the way, is Haenelin, a very annoyed Hamus and a slightly baffled Dagrid have ascertained that he's here to, well, bring back his wife, who happens to be the nurse to Delgrin's late lamented, who apparently is prone to running off, robbing rich men, and then coming back to him. This time, however, she's neglected the coming back part.
Possibly because she hasn't finished the robbing the rich man part yet.
Yes, she's. There are things that need to be robbed still that she hasn't got her hands on. Mostly his life. I don't mean she wants to kill him. She wants to marry him.
Yep.
Then probably kill him and inherit everything.
Then possibly kill him and inherit everything. Yeah, that might be the plan. We don't know.
Since Haenelin's attempt to summon the ghost of the deceased wife went sideways and basically didn't work.
By the way, can I just confirm the name of the elf? Because it appears to have changed since I first met him.
I think I've your notes here somewhere.
Haelenin.
Yeah, okay, that's what I've got it in. You keep transposing the L with one of the N's.
I do, because it's a bastard to pronounce and it was easier to type.
No, that's okay. I just wanted to be sure that I hadn't written it down.
No, it's Haelenin.
That's cool.
Basically, he has put a deal to the PCs, which is if they can deliver his wife to him, he will leave and bother not this town anymore. And will also give his sword, which is one of the most valuable things he owns.
Yeah.
By way of reward.
I have tried, by the way, and hopefully, if it sounds terrible now, I would appreciate some feedback. I've turned up you guys in OBS and turned you down in PC.
Okay.
So you're quieter from my point of view, but hopefully about the same on the screen.
Yeah.
So hopefully that means you're less likely to come.
That works, hopefully.
It does.
Everything that isn't me turned down in OBS.
Did you ever have one of those, I'm missing something? What am I missing? It's a role-playing game. What am I missing?
Dice.
Hello, dice.
Some of these.
Yes, several of those, in fact. You can tell nobody is still back up on their all thrusters.
It is a fantastic soundtrack.
It is.
You will be hearing a mix from all three games over the course of this.
Yeah.
If it's too loud or too quiet, let me know so I can adjust it. I can only obviously tell at my end. And Dutching, because
Yeah. So I apologise for the slightly rambling what has gone before, but we've had a sort of 4-week gap. So I was trying to give people a bit of a feel. Cronin Magistrate says, can the background music be turned down a little?
Yeah, I just said that and did that.
Well, I didn't hear you. Mainly because the background music was too loud.
Yeah, the problem is that some of the tracks are very quiet and some of them are quite loud, and unless I'm actually writing the volume control manually between them,
Yeah.
it's a bit variable. So
Yeah. So yes, do tell us, please. God, tell us.
Indeed, please do speak up.
Yeah, your voice is at least half an octave lower than it normally is.
I know.
Night will be played by Barry White.
I don't know, it's not quite that deep.
Yep. Ed,
Isaac Hayes.
Echo. Yeah. Okay. So, the practical upshot of all these fun and games is that Dagrid and Hamus will be attending Delgrin's party, which is a dual wake for his wife and attempt to buy his way into what passes for society in this small town. And they're deciding whether or not they're going to couple it with a kidnapping.
Well, I mean...
It's not a kidnapping if we can convince her to go willingly.
Oh, that's not going to happen. I mean, there's no guarantee, because a kidnapping was what we offered. Yeah, that was the deal that I struck, was for a kidnapping. But I know that Knight, at least, if not also Dagwood, had some thoughts about using this as an excuse to take down the elf instead. So we've got to very quickly decide what we're going to do, come up with a plan for it, and then execute that plan this evening. So this has been delayed, and we've basically had a month to plan this. Our planning amounts to a big fat 0.
Mm-hmm.
Largely because we've been wiped out by illness and Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah.
Christmas. Yes.
Yes, I wish I'd been properly wiped out by Christmas. I could have coped with that, but no.
Now,
Spent it
as
asleep.
far as Hamish is concerned, I want to go along with the original plan.
Mm-hmm. So you'd like to kidnap Gwynedd
Yeah.
and deliver her to Halinin?
Seems to me that's the easiest solution.
Okay.
Yeah, we can stone 2 birds with 1 stone.
You lost that then, didn't you?
Because Delgrin doesn't want her. So it gets her out of his hair. And
Well,
it gets both of them out of the town's hair.
we don't know that for sure. Delgrim will still need a nursemaid assistant of sorts. If she is gone, he will need to find another.
Well, no, because he doesn't need one anymore. Because he had her for the wife. And she's dead.
True.
So that's not a problem.
But we do
I
not
think
know.
he's just one of those people who doesn't know how to fire anybody. Buddy. You know the kind.
I do.
And there is another thing. If those two leave town, we get her to Helen and they leave town, we've got a perfect scapegoat for everything we nick for the next 3 days. We can clean out this mansion and anywhere else we feel like, and everyone will think it was them.
Now that I like.
I'm so glad I'm running for good, strong hero types.
It's a grimdark world.
Yes. It's
Just-
good dark life for
Just
us.
one question. What if he doesn't honour his side of the deal?
Then obviously we'll have to kill him.
Which is my plan anyway.
So maybe you'll get your way.
So you're trying to decide whether or not you're going to have your wicked way with Halinin. Essentially.
I think the important thing is that we need to go through with the kidnapping either way.
Yes.
Because we still don't know whether she's responsible for, what was her name? Arian, was it?
Yes, Orion.
Arian's death.
I am inclined to believe she is.
I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it?
If she wants Delgrim's finances and wealth, she would need to be his wife and inherit it upon his death. To do that, she must first become his wife and get rid of his previous wife.
Before we found out that she'd done this other thing, I was inclined to believe that maybe she was just an opportunist. But now we know she was scamming him from the get-go. That makes it more likely.
For those who weren't in right at the start, Erion's wife, Delgrin's wife, turned up dead in the river, thoroughly chewed by drowners.
Now, can you remind me what was actually wrong with her that she needed?
She was a sleepwalker.
She was a sleepwalker who suffered from persistent headaches.
Right. So, what was her name?
Gwynedd.
Gwynedd. Gwynnedd's job basically was to stop her from walking out of the house and into the river.
Essentially, yes.
So she's guilty of negligence at the very least.
Yeah.
It's a good 20 minutes from Delgrin's house up the hill to the river.
That's a hell of a walk.
On
That's
foot.
a hell of a walk.
Because you've done it. You went from the centre of town, which is next
Up
to the
the
river,
hill to-
up the hill.
Yep.
Uphill. How is it uphill to the river? That's a bit...
Up the hill to the house.
Up the hill to the house.
Up the hill to the house. That makes more sense.
Yes.
Yes.
So I was thinking from the house.
No, it's downhill from the house.
Yeah, the river was laid down, and the gullies for it carved by MC Escher.
Dropping some sick beats.
He's from Gallagher at Makesha.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Wow.
They're illusionists.
You're a bad, bad man, Fishy.
I just like the idea now of a clan of illusionist sorcerers called the Clan Makesha. That works for me. I need to be in something, if not...
Probably Swords of Slaughterdeep.
Yes.
Yeah, they would work actually in AD&D, so maybe we'll find...
Yes, Makesha of the Clan Makesha. Anyone planning on running Slay soon?
Yeah, I would love to.
Fluffers.
I've mooted it a couple of times on Discord. And ideally, I'd rather run it for more than just the two of you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love to do one shot.
Frother Clan. The Makesha.
Especially with Cannibal Sector 1 coming out.
This is true. Okay. However, we're on a time limit tonight. So, happy to discuss this. But... and I know I derailed, but back onto the rails. You've got this afternoon, basically, to make your plan.
Right, so I have an important question about the game, the mechanics, the setting, and my character.
Okay.
I don't have any specific skill in it, so therefore, how much knowledge would he have of distillation?
Of distillation?
Yeah. Because I don't have alchemy or crafting or any of those other things that might teach you distillation. But I do have drinks like a fish. That's not written on my character sheet anyway, it's just an inherent Skellige thing.
Just out of interest, why are you needing distillation? Would it be for some of this chloroform that I happen to have some of?
I actually didn't realise you had chloroform, so I was thinking of alternate plans. That will do nicely.
I'm just double checking my kit list, but I'm damn sure I saw chloroform on the list and picked it.
Excellent.
I have a feeling you did, yes.
Yeah. Yep, there it is.
That rings a bell now you've said it.
Yeah.
Because I made the "does this smell funny to you" joke.
This could be a far shorter session than I actually anticipated.
Yeah, grad.
However, for future reference, Fish, I would allow a craft stat check.
So basically I could roll on my base craft.
You could roll on your base craft.
Because I wasn't planning on actually doing any distilling. I just wanted to know whether I would know enough.
To be honest, people in this setting will be brewing their own... Yeah, they'll be brewing their own beer, they'll be brewing their own stronger than beer.
Because you see, my thinking was that if I bought Mahakam Fire to spike her drinks with, she'd probably notice, because it's quite flavorful.
Probably, yes.
If, on the other hand, I just got another generic alcohol and distilled the alcohol out of it to as strong as possible,
you're hoping she wouldn't
to
notice
just
so
up
much.
the alcohol content of whatever she was actually drinking,
Okay.
with minimal, hopefully, impacts on the taste. Just that she noticed that it was far stronger than she was expecting. That's a better way of getting something.
You would need some equipment you yourself don't have.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. As I said, it wasn't that it was something I was thinking Hamus would do.
Yeah.
It would Hamus know to pay someone to do it?
Ah.
What I was trying to
Yes.
I wasn't sure whether that was something that, good idea, but he wouldn't think.
Yeah. To be honest, you come from an island where, let's face it, they live on whiskey.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point.
So I don't care whether you're Irish, Scots Irish, or some combination of the two, which seems to be everybody in Skellige.
Wolf McSternhammer, that's the guys in Skellige.
Yeah, you are familiar with Water of Life
Indeed.
and its wily ways.
Yeah. Pretty much every culture ever has called their strong alcohol water of life.
Yes,
It tells you something about alcohol, or humans, or both.
I think it tells you a lot about
Probably
humans.
both.
Yes, it proves you're alive, because otherwise, if you don't cough while you're drinking it, you're dead.
Sounds like it. So, okay, we've got chloroform though, so we don't need to worry about that.
We have chloroform, yes.
Yes, you
So,
have
what we need to worry about, however, is getting her alone.
Mm-hmm.
Which shouldn't actually be too big a problem, given that her primary interest is going to be Delta.
Get down with your nerdy selves.
Yeah, we have another follow, was that?
Yes, Ego Hammer 2.
Yay!
Thank you very much. Or possibly Ego Hammer 2. Yeah.
I like the sound of Ego Hammer.
Ego Hammer. I am the Ego Hammer.
Reading it on the screen this big. I mean, literally,
Ego has landed.
screen is this big. But I could read it at all with a miracle.
How many screens do you have active at the moment? Is it just the 3?
I do not have enough space on my 3 monitors.
I love that.
Because on my 3rd monitor, I've got the VC windows for comms, and then I've got the 3 chatty windows so that I can see all 3 of the channels that we are streaming this in.
Yeah.
On the multi-engine again, because I think we've got a few more
Yeah.
people.
To be fair, I am currently tabbing between about 6 different windows.
On that monitor up there, I've got OBS, Discord, and Acrobat Reader for the rulebook and my character sheet. And on this monitor over here, I've got Twitch for the stream, the dashboard, Streamlabs in case I need to edit it again, and hopefully the volume on that alert wasn't as bad this time, because I did turn it down before. And also, I've got Roll20, so I'm tabbing between the 2 of them. While I'm on Roll20, I can't actually see the screen. And while I'm on the character sheet, I can't see OBS to see the screen. So, there you go.
Right.
Yeah, I need more better screens, Gav. I definitely need better screens. If I had a 4K, I would be quite happy, but my better screens are...
You can split your 4K down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had a 4K, however, Lazarus would lie in the corner crying.
That's not got a bad graphic. I mean, yeah, I couldn't run 4K games, but 4K desktops.
Fair play. Okay, so you have a plan to get her alone. You don't know how yet. You have chloroform.
Yes.
What else do you need to sort out before hitting the party?
How are we going to get her out of the building once we've chloroformed her?
Yeah.
You've only seen the entrance hall and the parlour. That's literally all you've seen.
Yep.
What I'm hoping is that we can, or rather you can,
Great.
your part of the job, obviously,
Obviously.
Delgwyn to some extent. On the assumption that Gwynedd is going to be paying attention to Delgwyn because she's still trying to get in his marriage bed. And Delgwyn is still avoiding her, which seems to be his behaviour to date.
Yep.
This means that they are going to be moving around through the party to a certain degree. One trying to dodge the other chasing. So what this means is that we have to manipulate Delgwyn into passing through a quiet area back into an area of people. So that when Gwynedd goes through that area, we can ambush her.
Okay.
I am, to be honest, wondering if there is a level of honesty that is going to be required here to get Delgrim's assistance in this.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Because, you see, if he were aware of her past works, he may be inclined to want to bring the lady to justice, which we can assist with. I am working with the watch.
But if he thinks she might be responsible for his wife's death, he's either going to kill her himself or send her straight to the watch. And either way, we can't get her back to Halonen.
We did not say we would bring her back to him alive. We said we would bring her back to him.
It was sort of implied.
I think if we bring it back to him in any other way, I will certainly be getting the sword.
Is that not what you wanted?
That's how I want it.
Yes, taken internally. This is a chap who, as a measure of mercy, scooped out an elderly lady's eyes.
There's a chap who's out of his tree.
He's a chap who really needs to be put down.
Well, you don't know about that. I mean, really. Forgetting the eyes for a moment.
This is difficult to do. I saw the state of the woman she was in and her surroundings. It is not just the eyes.
Yeah, but that's between those two. They had a bit of a Barney. I mean, that's nothing to do with us. And other than that, who's he hurt, really?
The dogs?
Only dogs.
The seamstress?
I mean, I've heard rumours that witches kill dogs all the time. Something about needing their... some sort of potions, I don't know.
Dog tallow. Witcher one. Oh my god, how many dogs died in that?
Many, many dogs.
However, he did hit upon the fact that, yes, Tilda was injured. Tilda the tailor.
Yeah, but he didn't personally injure Tilda.
But it was his actions that caused it.
I love a good moral dilemma.
I don't approve of that, but it's stretching it a bit. So, if he needs to be put down, then fine, we do that. But I think needs to be put down pretty much comes under if he attacks us.
Can I ask where you guys are having this
People out there
conversation?
who've killed people, who've done pretty horrible. That bandit camp, I can pretty much guarantee they've done a lot worse, and we just bypassed them and left. We didn't go in and try and kill them all.
We would not have succeeded.
So is that where your heroism ends then?
I did not say anything.
I'll be a
about
hero
heroism.
provided that I think I can do it. Okay. If it's a bit dangerous, maybe I won't.
Sure, why not? Living to fight another day is important.
Absolutely. Great believer in that. If we never fight him, we live.
There are two of us, one of him.
I'm trying to kidnap her, but I'm less scared of her. For now.
A woman who has done this many times before, killed people before.
Well, we don't know about that. But we know he has, certainly, because he's a square tell, and that's not people to be pissing off.
And if you're not familiar with the Witcher back mythology, for the Skytell, basically think Elven IRA.
It's the Elven Republican Army, very much so.
Yeah. Effectively.
I'm a little worried about the idea that we maybe kill him. Somehow news gets out that it was us that did it. And friends of his assume we did it for the wrong reasons. Suddenly we're associated with the kind of people that the Scoia'tael want to put down.
Your point is well made. I acquiesce to your point.
Doesn't say. Besides which, I kind of sympathise with him.
Okay, can I just, again, because I think you were talking, so you didn't hear. Where are you guys having this conversation? Out on the road? Or...
Maybe our tree? Somewhere where people can't listen to us.
Okay, so...
I seem to recall that the elf was worryingly close to our tree, so possibly not our tree, but...
That's a good point, yeah. Worryingly close to our tree, so we need
to
have this conversation.
Yeah. We need to find another tree.
Mm-hmm. Or we could be having it quietly in the corner of the smoking horse.
You could be doing that. I'm just... After you guys... Oh dear, no, I'm doing it, excuse me.
Your turn next, Fish.
Yeah.
Shall we assume the smoking horse then? And I'll knock off a few more coins for...
Okay.
Okay.
That works.
Right, that works fine for me. It is mid-afternoon, and you've been sitting, planning, occasionally getting loud and then cutting the volume. Although, to be fair, no one's really listening to you.
Even the occasionally getting loud will be considerably quieter than has just been portrayed if we are in a public place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's really paying much attention to you, because currently Shadewin is informing all and indeed sundry as to how bad her lot has been, and is getting steadily blasted by
Shadewin is the wise one, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yep.
the now blind wise woman is currently blind drunk. Started yesterday, has kept on going.
I wouldn't want to be justifying some of Helen's more extreme actions, but right now, I want to gouge something out of that woman.
She has had a very tough time. I would give her some patience.
Right.
She was the only person in town who knew about Helen and who knew what he was like. She chose not to tell anybody.
This is true.
She played things too close to her chest, and this is what she got.
A form of cyclical justice.
We're doing the same thing. It worries me just a little.
You think we should tell more people about Helenin?
I think we could have done sooner, but now, a bit late now.
There are still people in Watch who would like to go hunting squirrels.
Yeah, I know,
And we know roughly where to point them.
We know where one elf is. We don't want... Okay, if they actually find out that it was him, and they take steps, they're not going to stop at him. For the next 3, 4, 5 weeks, any elf who blunders through this town is dead. No matter who they are, what they've done, just by being here at the wrong time. It's happened before, it'll happen again.
So your call is that the best way is silence.
We take care of this quietly.
Okay.
Avoid the pogrom.
So that still brings us to talking with Stalgrim, leading them through a quieter portion of the house, and removing the lady as she
Gwynedd.
follows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Can you do this? Can you pull her out of a corridor? If I give you the chloroform,
No.
can you do this?
There's another small snag here. Simple terms, yes, I think I can do that. Problem is, I'm going to have to sneak into this party and not be seen anyway. So, not
That
only
is one of your skills.
quietly, I've got to get in quietly as well.
I will be in there not quietly. I am sure I can leave a door open.
Yep, see, now that will work. That'll be good.
Doors, windows, they can all be opened from the inside.
Too many people at that party will recognize me.
Right, refresh my memory.
Okay.
He didn't say anything about it being a masked ball, did he?
No.
No,
Damn.
unfortunately not.
No,
That was-
unfortunately. No, that would make your life considerably easier, so unfortunately not.
About identifying Gwynedd, of course.
Yeah.
Yes, when we suddenly abduct the wrong woman.
Oh no, there were 4 dryads!
Destiny's Dryad. Right.
Of course,
No.
there is the snag that I have no idea what Gwynedd looks like.
She's an elf.
No,
No,
she's
she
not.
No, she's not, is she?
Her husband's an elf. She's a human.
Yeah, she's not an elf.
Mm.
Yeah.
She is a he described her as a Scoia'tael sympathizer.
Yeah.
And I'll give you this because it's been a while, so I don't expect you to remember. She basically provided their medical services to his cell.
That makes sense.
But humans joining the Scoia'tael, very, very unusual.
So yeah, you're going to need to let Hamus in and also tip him the wink as to who the hell he's after. But that shouldn't be too difficult.
Shouldn't be.
Yeah.
You let him in. You know, we arrange it in advance, which we're doing now. But I think we need to case the mansion, see what the best, well, at least from the outside, what looks
Yeah.
like.
Okay.
I know what you're opening, and then I watch, and you go and have a conversation with her, and I don't know, do something inconspicuous but unusual. Not sure what that would be. Yeah, that's perfect. There you go. No one will suspect a thing.
Do that thing, that inconspicuous but unusual thing. Okay.
Supposed to be a great beauty, right?
Yes.
I mean, according to her husband.
According to the husband.
Yeah.
I
He
seem
may
to
be
recall she was
biased.
attractive, but
So she's a
Also
looker,
a shadow.
and officially, as far as we're supposed to know, she's single.
yes.
So basically, all you've got to do is just play up a bit, kiss her hand, and I'll grab the woman whose hand you kiss.
That works.
If
Okay.
you get carried away and I kidnap the wrong person, I'm going to be very annoyed, though.
Duly noted.
Dagwood finds someone interesting, forgets all about the plan, and Hamus, hiding in the dark, is there fuming and thinking, that's not her hand.
This is true.
So, is it possible to get a look at the outside of the mansion? Do we not have that?
You can have a look literally at the exterior walls of the mansion.
No, I mean, I have a character. I just wondered whether you had, because I know you were mapping it this afternoon.
I have mapped the mansion, so if I just expose up to the walls, then that will cover it.
Yep, and you leave the fog of war on the inside, that'll work fine.
Yep.
I would do that before you swap us to the other tab if you're doing this on a different tab in Goldwyn.
I'm actually doing it on the same tab, disturbingly, because I'm an idiot.
Okay.
Spot the person who forgot to swap back to her Witcher logo.
Yeah, we're currently on the town square.
Oh, were you? Oh, in that
Yeah.
case, I am on the right tab. Okay. That's cool.
Yep, we have a wonderful picture of the town square with the circle pentagram in the middle of it.
Yes. Yes, because that's fine, and that's all fine, and it's all great. And I'm sure it'll all be good.
Possibly be wrong.
Oh, God, you got me doing it again now.
Sorry.
That's all right. I'm just coming out in sympathy. This is what bloody Christmas was like. Cough, 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 cough. Oh,
You should have
cough.
given me a work last week, Jesus.
God. I'm impressed you managed to get in. Okay, where's the players tab? Where is the players tab? It's been eaten.
I got hungry,
All
sorry.
the way over that side.
You're not signed in as the GM, right?
Oh, shut up. There you go.
Right. So, I am going to have to zoom out somewhat here.
Yeah, I am zoomed to maximum extent.
The OBS up so I can see what the poor saps at home are seeing.
Yeah, let's bring that in slightly.
Going to prove awkward. I can't center that. I will have to do it by actually moving the Cyberfox window on. Yeah. So there we go. Now we've got the outside of a mansion. I'm intrigued by a design choice over there, which is to put the light coming through the windows on the outside of the building.
Yes. This is actually a deliberate decision. No, this is a deliberate decision.
Yeah, I take it this is the building at night.
This is the building at night, indeed. So I figured there were lights inside, which I have put in.
Okay, no, that's a perfectly valid explanation. That works absolutely fine, just so long as that was what you intended.
That was what I intended, yes, don't worry.
Excellent.
I'm incompetent with CC3 plus, but I'm not that incompetent. What you've got there is the ground floor.
Yeah, so quite a lot of windows. I'm seeing 3 doors without actually zooming in and poking more closely.
There are one at the front.
Yeah, I'm assuming we have front door here.
Yep.
We appear to have a back door here.
Yep.
And there is something which may be a door handle here.
Oh, yes, sorry. That was my incompetence. Yeah, that is. Let me just do a slightly better expose there. Yep. Yes, you have 3 doors on this level.
Yeah, okay, so the doors at the back there, assuming one of them is possibly something like the kitchen or other servants' entrance.
That might be
tradesman's entrance.
Yeah, that might be a reasonable assumption to make.
But without knowing the inside of the building, it's hard to say with certainty what's what. Every time I zoom in or out, I lose the view on the stream.
Yeah. If you need to zoom in or out, I can zoom for you, but just tell me which bit you want to zoom in on.
Well, no, the point is, if I zoom in and out, I'm thinking in terms of me being able to see and the stream being able to see, because the stream is just looking through that narrow slit. It can't see of the roll.
Okay. So.
So
this is the front door down here, isn't it?
It is.
Down to whether the easiest way to get in is going to be through a window. And we really don't know enough about the interior of the building or the layout of the party.
Is it possible you can unmask the areas of the building that I've been to and can roughly describe to Fishy? So,
I can.
Thank you.
I will give you as much of the hall as that, which does carry on into the fog of war, and I will give you the parlour.
Okay, is it reasonable to assume that the party will be taking place, at least in part, in the parlour?
It would seem to be, because that's a welcome room. So at least the early stages of the party will be, because that's where he'll be greeting his guests.
Oh, maybe so, yeah.
Yes, it's not a small building.
We've got 2 days before this party, yeah?
No, you've got about 3 hours.
When we made the deal, we had 2 days. When we spoke to Helenen, the party was in 2 days. That was part of the whole point of what we were doing.
Hang on.
This has been a while. I apologise.
No, sorry. You are the day before.
So we're now the day. We're now the day before.
Yeah.
And it's presumably in the evening of.
Evening of the day before. Yeah.
So yeah, we've got 2 actual days.
Right. Yeah.
Having met Helenen the night before.
Mm-hmm.
So that means we have got 1 night on which we could
case the joint.
Theoretically try and peek through some windows and get an idea of what the rest of the ground floor is.
Yep.
You could try that.
Yeah, no, sorry. Not wanting to throw a spanner in the works of your plot at all, but had you been right and not me, then we would have just walked away from this scenario, or Hamish would anyway. No way do we do this on 3 hours planning. It's just ludicrous. He's not that much of a fool. He's too insecure and paranoid.
Practice paranoia is a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we've got this evening to case the joint.
To roll.
We keep forgetting to roll. This is not goblins. I declare my dodge on you. I declare my dodge on you.
Yes.
You're supposed to tell us when we're allowed to roll on practice paranoia.
Yes, I do, usually.
Yeah, personality, nervous.
Yeah.
He grunts it well, but Hamus is nervous.
Okay. Oh, that went wrong.
So,
It's always fun when you leave yourself on the wrong setting on roll
Yeah.
20.
So let's take an evening and case the joint.
Okay.
You know what the outside looks like.
so that's going to be what we're doing tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So we're planning at the moment. Tonight we are casing the joint.
Okay.
Anything else we want to do during the day? Anything else our plan is going to need that we already know we're going to need? Possibly a sack.
Are you actually considering putting her in a bag?
No, over her head.
Over her head, yeah. I mean, I'm over her head down as far as waist, but...
Okay.
Gag her and put a bag over her head sounds like it's traditional kidnapping fare.
Yeah, at least we're not to the point of the people who took the other kidnapping victim who was rolled up in a carpet.
Well, yeah, fair play. Yes. Yes, she was actually rolled up in a rug. Indeed.
Of course, if it comes down to it and there's a rug in the room.
Oh, shit.
If it's a valuable rug and we can sell it afterwards.
Looks
Precisely.
looks at the map.
There are
Thinks,
rugs
why did I put rugs everywhere?
Rugs on this map, yes, yeah, I know.
Hey, if they're expensive, we'll two birds with one stone. We'll get the girl, we'll get the rug.
So, yeah, we're going to need something to gag her with, and we're going to need a sack put over her head.
Okay.
We should be able to pick them up at the... Certainly we can pick up a sack, I would imagine, at the market.
Yeah.
We
Easily.
may need, to cover ourselves, we may need to buy something to put in to justify why we've just bought a sack.
Why you've just purchased
Yeah,
a sack.
maybe I'll buy some vegetables or something.
I was going to say, but buy some veg that come in a sack.
Buy a or just buy some. Yeah, we have vegetables that come in a sack. That's going to be a lot of veg. Do I really
Potatoes.
need 20 kilos of potatoes?
Stew.
We're only going to be here another few days.
Potato, potato.
Yeah, we're making potato soup.
Yay.
Are you saying something about the Skelliger there?
No. Absolutely not. Definitely not while the internet exists.
Back to the Skelliger potato famine.
I've lost somebody. Where the hell have I put her?
Yikes. In terms of something to gag the poor lady with,
Poor lady.
well, poor terrorist, just about any kind of piece of cloth that we can stuff in her gob will do it. It's not like we haven't got access to somewhere that has masses of material kicking around.
Okay, so, Drat, what am I
Yo.
going to have to spend to buy this sack of potatoes that I'm apparently buying?
You want me to actually look up of all the things you could be purchasing for this?
I mean, a sack of potatoes does not appear to be in the price list.
I mean,
We're going to have to...
it's not, we could always go with a duvet cover or something.
You know, they're not actually that big on duvets. In this
You do surprise me.
gear. Right, let's see what I can do. Because basic provisioning actually
We'll wrap
is
her up in the
there.
electric blanket. It'll be fine.
Great.
We'll just rewire it in the process, yeah. Oh, you with the Skirtel, are you? Bzzzt.
Oh dear. Okay.
My name is Hamus of Norgal, and this is the longest day of my life.
Where do I know that misquote from?
24.
Sorry, that was pastiche on 24.
Right.
I always preferred my name's Joseph Dredd.
The Big Finish Judge Dredd audio line features, he sends out a communication of what's going on, and he ends it with, either ends or begins, I think he ends it
Yeah.
with Judge Joseph Dredd, this is the longest train journey of my life.
Okay, so a good meal will cost you that. This is not prepared.
Stop being so practical, Megiddo.
I am going. I love the idea. He's wandering off to pick up the black sacks. Be like that guy who pitched up at Wilco wanting, was it 15 rolls of duct tape and 6 packs of black sacks? To this day, I still maintain I served a serial killer.
More likely a larper.
Solvent, some black sacks.
Yeah. Right, I am going to charge you. 10 crowns for a sack of potatoes, which is the equivalent price of a good meal, but the good meal you're paying for preparation.
This plan had better work out because it's already today's planning session alone and equipment alone are costing me, one decent night's work at the privates.
Yeah, I mean, you do have the potential, of course, depending on how fast you need to leave town, that you'll have 20 kilos of potatoes to turn into vodka or something.
Now there's a thing. Making our own alcohol.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a thing neither of us has the skills for.
It's the thing neither of you have the skills for, and I'm sure it won't poison anybody. It'll be fine.
Well, not the second time, anyway.
Okay, so as afternoon wears on, your evening plan is that you're going to scout around the outside of Delgrin's house.
Indeed.
In the afternoon, you're shopping in the market. Are you buying anything else aside from the potatoes?
You don't actually have any skill in cooking by any chance, do you not?
That's a very good question. I don't think I do.
I mean, it is, but...
I have a feeling the answer's no.
I think the closest there is to cooking is wilderness survival, which I don't have.
I think we have caught young Mr. Pondsmith Jr. by surprise here by wanting to know about cooking in this game of generally monster slayage.
Yeah. I would list it as a crafting skill.
Yeah, it would certainly come under craft.
Yeah,
Which, again,
specifically there is crafting, so...
Yeah, but crafting is like blacksmithing in this game.
True. I've seen the way you cook sometimes, Fish.
Alchemy is a crafting skill. That's kind of cooking. You bubble the liquids away.
Very cooking indeed.
That's cooking in the same way that Breaking Bad was cooking.
Yes.
Which it was.
It was.
I have never watched it, but...
Yep.
I believe the phrase is uttered, "Let's cook."
Yes.
There you go. We've got... Meki and Gwent are on our side here. There is apparently a Gwent card of somebody cutting potatoes. We've established potatoes and cooking as important Witcher themes.
Okay. I'm fairly sure potato vodka is actually one of the spirits you can buy in the game.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, I don't have a crafting skill per se, but my natural craft stat is actually fairly high.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I could probably bluff being able to cook to a certain degree.
I would actually allow half your wilderness survival adding to that craft.
Off my 0 add.
Yeah, same here.
Hey, I didn't say it was going to be to your benefit, but I would allow it as a complementary skill.
Let me see, half the nothing, carry the nothing.
You want to be in the wilderness. What can you steal in the wilderness?
Anything.
Aha, look at me, I ripped off a squirrel. Don't mean a square tail.
I was going to say, surely you're trying to avoid ripping off a squirrel. Can I just say, I love situations where the players do all the hard work for me.
It's the best kind of GMing, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
It is.
Let them run.
Sit back and occasionally just nudge.
Okay.
Right, while you are in the marketplace, from the house at the end of the row comes a familiar blonde figure. And
That could be a friend or that could
Exactly.
be a local crime family. So I think we're going to need more information.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the old lady at the crime family wasn't blonde. I'm pretty sure she was.
The daughter was.
The daughter.
The daughter. Yes.
Yes.
The one with the knives, if I remember right.
Yeah,
yes.
the one who was last seen torturing the wardrobe mistress in the basement.
Yes.
Who is currently in a bad mood because she lost her playmate.
You have no idea what the practical upshot was because nobody's been back to check on the house.
No.
All you know is 3 women from Nilfgaardian intelligence with a grudge.
Yeah.
Swept down there like
Came back with some wounds and
a friend.
former hostage.
Yeah, a former hostage, and one of them came back with a broken collarbone.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that quite vividly. I was there when we set it.
Oh, yes.
Quick,
Yeah. There's as good a reason
Rainbow
as
Six
any.
Galasweyn there.
Okay. So, no, it is a very familiar figure. It is, in fact, young Marion.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. That's a
Looking
relief.
less chirpy than she normally does,
That's less
with
okay.
with a large parcel under her arm.
If she bought potatoes, I'm going to scream.
Crafting a wilderness survivor for cooking, depending on the situation. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Ah. Thank you, J. Gray at Talsorian, and welcome aboard.
Hello, good evening.
Oh, God, and the pressure just ramped right up there.
Didn't it,
Not just for the GM, for the players as well, man.
It's all fine. Why am I drinking something without alcohol in it tonight?
I don't know.
I bet you're not.
No, I'm not. I can't be bothered to go and get... the only thing within reach is this rather nice coconut rum.
I hate you. I'm just drinking coconut water. Trade you.
I'm just drinking Coke.
Coconut water-ish.
Yeah, get weasels. Right. So theoretically, yes, you can indeed play silly beggars with the crafting skill.
Dagwood, quick.
Yes?
Tell me, why the hell did we buy these potatoes? What are we making with it? I'm assuming Marion is approaching us as we are here with a sack of potatoes. And he's likely to want to know why we have bought a sack of potatoes. You do the cooking, therefore.
Dun, 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 dun,
You're making
dun,
potato
dun,
chips.
dun, dun. Really? I hate to have to say this, but neither crisps nor the local chippy have yet been invented.
There you go, you see? We'll invent it right here, right now.
We've got a new business idea.
Potato snacks.
We're travelers, you see. We go from place to place all the time. So we thought we'd set up a business idea. We're making these finely sliced fried potato snacks. And
haven't
because
bought
we
any
travel
oil?
from place to place all the time, we thought we'd call it walkers.
Oh! Any XPs you would have earned from today have just melted into the morass and been eaten by drowners.
Thank you,
I'm
Dan.
not expecting
Not
us to
said
survive the
something
day anyway.
nicer about it.
Okay, unfortunately, the only downside to that plan is you've bought no oil.
Yeah, no. Obviously, we're presumably we're going to try and pop off with the idea that we're making some sort of stew.
Stew of some sort, yeah. That was the first thing I
Okay.
said. Potato stew.
Okay, I'm just watching chat go through and my brain is melting at various people. Just no.
Yeah, I think actually things like onions and herbs as a cover-up is kind of what I was thinking of, not just a bag of potatoes. But
Yeah.
And my original thing was some vegetables and a sack to put them in. But then
Yeah.
we went from there to a sack of potatoes. But I'm going to rely on Dagwood to have actually decided what we were buying. So the two of us have-
Enough cheap veggies to make a reasonable vegetable stew was what I was having in mind.
Okay. So you've got a mixed bag, essentially, of carrots and potatoes.
And onions if there are any, because you always have onion in a soup, unfortunately.
Okay. And alliums of some description. So,
yes, we will wave cheerily and prepare to lie.
Marion brightens considerably at the sight of you. Nice to see
How are
you.
you, Will?
Good morning.
Afternoon, but yeah, close enough.
Afternoon, mornings. Such a simple
You are as Dagrid, aren't you, at the moment?
No.
Oh, you're a Tamray.
Yeah, Tamray.
Hello. Was it Tamray or Dagrid that she met?
She's now met both.
She's now met
yeah.
both.
She originally met Dagrid, but it was Tamray who came to town when the excrement interacted with the ventilation system.
Okay. That's what I wanted to make sure of. Tamray, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
Didn't know you were a friend of Hamus as well. I
Well, he's not really.
had the impression you didn't get on.
Quite.
We don't really.
Ah. Shopping?
Well, he is.
Huh.
I'm just passing through surveying the aftermath of the recent activities.
I've been picking his brains. It's one of the few things this lanky individual is actually any good for. That's a strange thing to call him because he is shorter than me, but never.
Overnight, by the way, somebody took it into their head to clean up the dog bits.
Probably a good thing.
See, I thought, with everything going on, that you and Tilda weren't really going to be in the mood for things like, say, cooking. So I thought Dagwood and I would cook you up a stew or something. You know, something nice and easy that you can leave on the fire and just have it when you want it, so you don't need to worry about things like that. Unfortunately, I can't find Dagwood at the moment, and if I'm honest, he does the cooking.
That's a
So
lovely
this
thought.
may or may not be any use. But I'll be round with it later on anyway, after I found Dagwood, and we'll see what we can do for you.
Tilda's not here at the moment.
Oh,
She's not.
Well, you see, Shadwin talked to some people before she got falling down drunk. And some soldiers came from the Nilfgaardian camp. Apparently they have healers there who might be able to help her.
They would have healers at the soldiers' camp, yes.
But-
That is.
But Tilda's there now, and she creases up slightly. They're not sure if she's going to keep the arm.
Oh dear.
There was a lot of blood apparently, and
there was a lot of blood.
yes, I don't think she'll die.
Well, that's something.
But
That is something.
And once again, I have cunningly managed to be on the wrong screen when I should have been looking to see who you are.
who follow?
Ah, Jay Gray, thank you.
Thank you.
Quite convenient, the fact that the stream comes up a little bit late when you're watching it on
It is. I can see that. She turns to Hamus.
And I think I will turn that down again.
Yeah, it's a new thing on this stream, so it's needs adjusting.
Yeah, teething troubles and all that.
Teething troubles happen. Shit happens. Again. I've got to head out of town to make a delivery. I don't suppose you feel like coming with me. If I'm not taking you away from Tamray and your cooking.
I would be happy to assist you.
Well, I was sort of hoping Hamus would.
Oh, well, in that case, I have many other things I can get on with.
I do need to find where Dagwood's got to, but how long were you thinking of being away?
Oh, not long. I have to make a delivery, and I don't want to be on my own because, you know, people and things and.
Just let me drop this sack of veggies off at the Smoking Horse, and then Dagwood can collect it when he turns up.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
So yes, I shall pop into the Smoking Horse.
Mm-hmm.
and make a bit of a show of leaving this and explaining that when Dagwood turns up wherever the heck he's got to.
Yes, whenever Dagwood turns up.
Sort of stage whisper. I think he saw his brother in town and has gone to ground, but if he shows up, this is for him. Well, I say for him. I'll explain it to him, okay?
Right. Hang on, let's just remind myself that, of course, dwarves in this place come from Morecambe.
Right.
I see. So, you're dumping your lunch on me. Good to know. Well, not like I'm going to charge you a finder's fee. If this Dagwood turns up again, I'll chuck a bag of spuds at him.
Well, hopefully he'll turn up once his brother's disappeared again. They don't want.
Yeah. He raises an eyebrow at you, and then goes back to serving.
Family, what can you do?
Move 300 miles away, mainly.
Yeah, I think he tried that. Somehow they still ended up in the same place.
Families like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Mine turn up, I'm in trouble.
Yours turn up, they've swum a long way. Right.
The two of them do want to kill me.
Yeah. Well, it's only because they've met you.
Well, yeah, that's probably why.
Okay. So.
Yeah, I head off and accompany Marion. Then.
Okay. Marion wends her way with this large parcel under her arm. How much of a gent is Hamus?
He's enough of a gent to carry the parcel, yes.
Okay. It's soft and squidgy.
Dear God, please tell me it's not the arm.
I hate you.
It's actually I've forgotten her name again. What was
Hilda?
the wise woman's name?
Shadewin.
Shadewin, that's it. It's actually Shadewin's eyes, neatly wrapped up in a little bundle.
No, we're talking bundle like that by, significant under the arm bundle.
Okay.
It's probably Dagwood's uniform.
Okay, she heads up the hill, leading you to a mansion partway up the hill.
So Hamus will, of course... Oh, thank you, Summer. Hamus will, of course, be making small talk, including... So, where is it we're going?
Oh, I have a couple of dresses to drop off.
Maybe you keep him busy. That's good. That helps keep your mind off things.
Well, we're going to need the money, especially if Tilda can't work anymore. Hope she'll be okay. But I'm not sure I can run the shop on my own.
I can see that would be a problem. You might need to consider, looking for more business somewhere. Maybe a permanent gig with the army or something.
Which one?
Well, the one that's winning is usually the one to go for.
Well...
These days, that seems to be mainly the Nilf Guardians.
She looks at you sideways. You're not a fan of the Nilf Guardians, are you?
Honestly, I'm an outsider. I don't need to be a fan or otherwise. They're just here, so am I. Not a big fan of organised people with stabby swords, to be honest. They're a bit dangerous.
They are indeed.
I want things to be quieter. That's why I left Skellige, because I wanted things to be quieter. I came here, didn't work.
She leads you to a house and leads you around the back and knocks on the door.
Okay, so is it the right-hand door or the left-hand door? clearly Delgrin's house.
It is indeed Delgrin's house. And it's the one I just shift pinged.
Righty-ho. Excellent.
After a relatively short space of time, the door is opened by a tall, ascetic man with white hair
Who I
and a
was.
black doublet, who you do recognise, yes.
Because he came to the privates.
He did.
Yes.
Merian sketches a half curtsy. Master Samuel, the dresses for your maids for tomorrow. Samuel smiles at her. You get the distinct impression that might actually crack something. You don't think he does it a lot.
Hamish is fidgeting and looking like he doesn't really want to be here, because that's an excellent cover for trying to see as much of inside the door as he possibly can.
Okay, make me an awareness check, please.
Okay. So, awareness, base of 12, total of 15.
That's pretty good, to be fair.
Yeah, but with a base of 12, that's
Oh,
not...
yeah, okay, fair play. No, it isn't. Right, that will get you... Won't get you anything else, but it will get you the back corridor.
So yeah, there's a hallway.
I
inside.
nearly said the back passage.
Well, it's not really... There's not long enough to be a passage.
No, true.
It's just a rear entrance hall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's unadorned, but clean. And there are a couple of doors leading off it.
3, in fact.
Yes. Really? Okay.
3 more, in fact.
Yes. Shut up.
3 is officially a few.
I'm going to come to your place at work, and I am going to ask you for a few of something. And demand that that be an accurate number.
No, that's at least 3.
Right, okay, so yeah, basically behind Samuel you can see the back entrance hall. But
So
you
that's
can't see any
building a little
details.
bit more than that for us.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Has a little bite's turned up. I heard footsteps.
I think that might be the dog. Hang on a second.
Ah, okay.
Yep, it's the hound.
The hound of the basketballs.
Hey, she was on cue last time.
Fair enough.
We won't tell Lil Bites that you can't tell the difference between her and a dog.
Yes, because footsteps sound totally different. She's only little. The dog's presumably not very big, so I don't know.
The dog is also very only little.
Yeah.
She appears to be
presumably-
needing something there, so while you sort fish out, I shall make myself absent for a few minutes while I sort the dog out.
Okay.
Presumably they conclude their business fairly.
They do.
And
Samuel departs inside while Marion waits, and he heads off through this door. Oh, come on.
that didn't ping.
No, it didn't. Thank you, Roll20. Context menus would be lovely.
That one, right.
Yeah.
That sort of makes sense. If I'm right in thinking that the kitchen is to map right,
Mm-hmm.
to the left if you're coming in through that door,
Yep.
and the door straight ahead would be heading into more sort of, or towards anyway, the master's portions of the house. Then
Might make sense.
that map left door is likely to head more towards perhaps servants' quarters, or at least stairs leading to servants' quarters or something. So
Could be Hong Kong Fooey.
fits with my impressions of what the inside of the house might be.
Okay. So, yes, after a couple of minutes, he comes back with a jingling purse, which he hands over to Marion. She does him the good grace of not counting it, at least not while she's standing there.
Okay.
He also hands over a small white piece of card. Well, parchment. And the master said, it seems unfair that you not see your handiwork. So, if you would like to attend tomorrow, you would be most welcome. Marion goes a very funny colour.
I don't want to make life difficult for myself, but I honestly think that that might require something like a deceit check from Hamus to keep the fact that the last thing he wants is yet another person who can recognise him at this bloody party.
Go for it then. Deceit away.
Okay, so he's got a base deceit of 10. That's a 16. That's not bad.
Okay.
Fairly straight face with that.
Yep. Tempted to ask you for a gambling check to see how good your poker face is, but I will live with that. So, yes, you have a slightly fixed grin. And she stutters slightly and says, I'd love to. Yes, certainly. Wonderful.
Surreptitiously trying to see the card, the invitation, it's open, to see whether it is with a +1. Because if so, things just got a lot more complicated.
You can't read it where she's holding it.
Okay.
At this moment. Certainly not at the back door.
Fingers crossed for no +1.
Okay, so you are presumably going back down the hill with her to town.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. She looks a little happier than when she was headed the other way.
On our way past it, I will surreptitiously glance sideways through the window or the windows to either side of that other door. See whether I can confirm for myself that yes, that's a kitchen.
Okay. Awareness check, please. Because you've got the light reflecting off windows and shadows inside.
That's a 21.
Whoa.
I'm pretty darned aware.
Okay. I am going to give you then Polygon Reveal. I like Polygon Reveal. It's very useful. Oi. Having said that. Come on. There you go.
You haven't revealed anything yet.
Hang on. Bloody thing is just annoying me now. There you go. Better?
Yes, Samoth, that was an early shield prototype. They didn't quite get it right. So next time round, they changed the T for an R and it worked a lot better.
Who's got the flying cat?
Apparently me.
Oh, okay.
It's this thing. Who did just dive in from on top of the thing next to me.
Baby gun. Actually, what I wanted to give you was that. Okay.
Okay, so I'm seeing what looks like it could possibly be a stove, and there's a table there, and some snacks in the corner, so this is still screaming kitchen to me.
Okay. But that's all you can see through the windows.
Yeah, but that's definitely screaming kitchen to me.
Okay.
I'm also wondering why we have no music. We have no music because I forgot to set it to loop.
Oopsie. Right, so, headed back to town, what are you doing?
Just They're heading back to town at
Okay.
the moment. And then when we get there, obviously looking to see who's around when I arrive, whether it's still Tamray or whether he's back to Dagwood or what.
Okay.
Because I'm really running out of excuses to be seen around town with Tamray.
Right. Okay. So, Knight, you're
So I'm muted everywhere. I forgot
Yeah.
that there's another place over there that I've been muting whenever I've been coughing. I forgot to unmute that one.
That's
Thank you.
okay. I was
So,
just thinking there's something
apparently
very
there was a
strange.
hovering cat, so it says in chat.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Not half as confused as Pippin by the sounds of it.
Fair enough. So I need to find somewhere to change, somewhere that is out of sight.
You need a phone box.
Yeah.
While you're dealing with Dagwood, I'm going to do the same as Mike. I'm going to disappear and become like that doesn't involve me getting slowly ratted over the course of the stream.
Yeah. I need somewhere that is sod it. No. Yeah. Just somewhere to change.
Okay.
Given that things are happening, I may have to find somewhere, some other way of stowing the backpack that's not in a tree, so I can take it with me and change again when I need to.
Right. You don't have your backpack with you at the moment, do you?
Not at the minute. That's again back up at
Back
the
up
tree.
at the tree. Right.
So that is where I'm headed first.
Yeah, there is undergrowth around the trees, so theoretically, you could change there. There are also, a couple of the larger houses are disused.
Yeah, that's what I'm more thinking of.
Yes, a spot of
getting
B&E.
into them is shouldn't be too difficult actually, because most of the time I'll be doing their business. They won't be paying too much attention to the unused houses. So let's pick one near our target.
Okay.
It's unused.
Yep, there's a couple in there.
Because I have a feeling that's where we're going to need to decamp with the girl once she's been chloroformed anyway.
Okay, there is one with honeysuckle overgrowing the front gate in a huge bush.
Okay.
And there is another where roses are encroaching across the front door.
Okay,
So-
roses have thorns. Not so sure about honeysuckle. Was never one for greenery. But given that going through the front door is pretty damned obvious, I want to look around for other entrances.
Okay.
So which of the two is nearer to Delgrim's house?
Honeysuckle.
Okay, let's go with the honeysuckle mansion.
Okay. Yep, honeysuckle. Not
It sounds
honeysuckle
quite
cottage.
nice actually.
It does actually, yeah. Okay, yes, you can make your way round to the servants' entrance, let's be honest here.
Yep.
There is a broken down lean-to shed, and there is a still closed back scullery door.
Excellent. Then let us first check to make sure we are unobserved.
Okay.
There's
Awareness
some of
check.
that practice paranoia that we were
Yeah.
discussing.
And practice paranoia, indeed.
So you want awareness and practice paranoia?
I
yeah?
do indeed, yes.
Okay, so awareness. Now this is D10 plus stat plus skill, isn't it?
It is.
So for those looking at my channel, it's the red D10 we're looking at. If that rolls a 10, we get the blue one as well.
Yep.
It didn't, so we just have awareness is 5, that's 9, plus intelligence 6, 15.
Okay, and your practice paranoia, please.
Practice paranoia is going to be far less. Because I can't remember which stat that comes under. That is that intelligence as well?
It's intelligence, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so where the red die rolls a 1, we then subtract the blue die,
Oh.
Open-ended, what fun.
which means the practiced awareness is totaling 1.
Oopsie. Okay. As far as you can tell, you are certainly unobserved by humans. And nothing triggers your spidey sense.
What then? Let's take a look inside. Let's see who lives in a house like this. Try the door.
Okay. The door swings open easily, and immediately to your left you hear a snarl. From out of the broken down lean-to jumps a dog.
Well, I'm getting the heck out of the dog's way.
Okay.
And drawing my dagger as I do so.
Right. Oh dear.
Is this going to be our first fight? I think this is our first actual fight, isn't it?
I don't know. Does stabbing a drowner in the back of the head
Oh yeah,
count?
I forgot about that one. Yes,
that's
it does. I'd forgotten about that one.
Right. Yes, an embarrassing fight, probably.
What, as I get beaten and killed by a dog?
You're not going to get beaten and killed by a dog. Probably. On the whole.
That's GM speak for, yes, you're going to get beaten and killed by a dog.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
I didn't say that. I am, however, wondering where the combat table has gone, because I've lost it. Okay. Spot the thing I never, ever use.
The combat tables.
Yeah, never go near them, normally. Treat them...
That was louder than I expected.
Okay, no, that's fine,
That's
fish. It's a dog, Gavin. It's no... We're okay.
Use the battle music.
You're just miffed you don't get to use it.
I'll turn off the action shield though, because I don't think the dog's going to use it for that.
No. I have this piddling little dagger, and that's all I've got to fend off this blooming dog with.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Maybe it won't all be fine.
Like a dog, but no.
Okay, D10 plus reflex, please.
D10 plus reflex. Okay. So the whole one rolling down on the exploding die for reflexes, does that still count?
Oh. Yes.
And then if the second die is a 10, does that continue going downwards?
Yes. And explodes.
You're really wishing for the Rollmaster version where it now starts going up again, aren't you?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so that's -8.
God.
I have a reflex of 9. Okay.
Oh my god.
I have a reflex of 9.
Yeah.
My total here is -8.
Yep, Chrono Magistrate, we have imploding dice. Messily and finally and all over the place. Okay, you do have line of sight. This is not a problem. Oh my god. Right. Ah, dear oh lord. Target pinned. No. Target actively dodging. Possibly. What's your reflex?
9.
Ah. It is unfortunately an ambush. Right.
We are, as you might notice, not very familiar with the combat yet.
Yeah.
You're quite muffled there, Fish, compared to the music.
Yeah. 152. Yeah. Okay. It'll be fine. So it's got +7 to its roll.
Jesus.
Plus the +5. So I'm rolling on the D10 plus 12. I have to show this because no bastard's going to believe me.
We still can't see it.
I know.
There we go.
Holy moly.
Oh, at least the second die wasn't very high.
No, the second die was also a 1.
Yeah, it comes out at exactly 0.
Yep.
That's still 12.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I think I might have set a new record there, Meki, unfortunately.
Yeah. I just knew as soon as I rolled that, I thought they are not going to buy that. Okay, so it got 12.
For those playing along at home, I thoroughly recommend these double D10s.
They're great.
Games like this, just roll the outer one. If it happens to be a 1 or a 10, you've got the second one already rolled. It's great.
Yeah. Pardon me. And so I apologise for running straight into a brick wall.
That's okay. I rushed around to a dog. It's fine.
A brick dog. You're gonna go down. You're gonna go down to bloody Lassie.
Yep.
Believe this. Of all the things I expected to go horribly wrong, having you eat
all the situations that we've walked into that I've been able to talk my way out of.
Yeah.
You give me one that I can't talk to.
Yes.
We simply, if ineptly plan a kidnapping, only to have the whole thing go, somewhat pear-shaped because one of us gets eaten by a dog.
Right, let's go with the hit location. Because... Let me just check. Yeah, it's hit you.
Yeah. I'm not surprised at this for a second.
No. I know. So yes, the hit location is it's hit you in the right leg, which is appropriate. But does only do half damage.
That's a relief.
Yes. So it's doing...
I have padded trousers SP5 if that helps.
They deduct from your damage taken, I believe.
Does that will indeed help?
Yes. So 2d6
Thank
divided
God
by...
I'm dressed as Temray.
Yeah.
Because
2d6
Dagwood doesn't wear armour.
Oh God, yes. 2d6 divided by 2. And no, that doesn't mean a d6.
Just out of interest, sudden thought.
What?
Didn't you roll a natural 1 on an attack roll there?
Yes.
Isn't that a fumble?
Oh shit, you're right.
Thank God for that.
Yeah. You be wanting page 157 then.
Okay, yep. Thank you for that. And spot the other
Temray
person.
breathed a sigh of relief at this point.
Yep. Melee attack. Okay. You see, we've been verbal combating off the board.
Yeah. As soon as we get into the actual fisticuffs
Yeah.
physical fight with... What? What is this strangeness of melee?
Oh my God.
It chewed its own leg off?
No, it has, however, I am choosing to implement it like that. It snaps its jaws shut on your leg. However, instead of damaging you, it connects with the armor parts on its on your leg. And indeed, Chrono Magistrate takes 8 points of damage to its teeth. You damage your weapon severely. Your weapon takes a d10 points of reliability damage. Hang on a sec. Let's give this dog a... And then it rolls a 1 on its courage check. Turns and lopes away from you, whimpering.
Which way is it loping? Back into the house or away from the house?
Away from the house.
Oh, good.
Because that's where you are.
Now, how fast is it loping away? Because this dog's just left tooth marks on my nice trousers. These are top quality Nilfgaardian trousers.
I think we're talking Butcher's advert. Dun, 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 dun. It's loping. And it is whinging a lot.
Does it look like it's thinking of coming back and having a second go?
It doesn't look like it's thinking about much, to be brutally honest. It's a dog.
In which case, I'm going to let it go. 'Cause
Okay. It does not pay to be a dog in this town.
It really doesn't, does it? Poor dog.
So what, 6 of them got dismembered. This one's just managed to snap his canines on you.
Nice one, Becky, yeah. It speaks for the lift.
Why it might have attacked somebody, though. It's probably a little bit pissed.
Yes.
Somebody's been going around killing his mates.
Yes. It used to be in a pack. Not anymore.
Now it's a lone wolf.
Oh. It comes back with a wolf.
Yeah, lone wolf and cub.
Oh, God. Okay. What time is it? Oh, Christ, we are so not finishing this tonight.
So, heading inside the house,
Okay, yeah.
looking for suitable confirmation that it is unused.
Yeah. It smells unused.
Oh, joy.
It's got that mildewed scent to it. Ivy is poking in through the windows. And large numbers of spiders are clustered in the ceiling.
Well, I'm not going to do a spring clean, but I shall find a room that's less, perhaps less smelly and less populous with spiders,
Okay.
and enact a bit of a change.
It's okay, Robinson. The spiders are in the ceiling and they're not coming after anybody yet.
This isn't eight-legged freaks, Robinson, you're fine.
No. Yeah. The GM's an arachnophobe. What are the odds?
Actually, pretty good.
Shut up. Okay. So you can.
I'm now dressed back as Dagrid.
Yeah.
Briefly.
Basically, you open this door into the kitchen. However, there is a closed internal door. Opening that, and you can find your way into what used to be a sitting room quite clearly.
Okay. From what I know of the outside of this house before I stepped inside, and what I'm seeing at the moment, does this seem to be the same design plan as Delgrim's house?
Similar but smaller.
Okay.
It's like somebody cut Delgrin's house in half.
Wow, much smaller. Okay, so it's not going to be the same floor plan layout then. So memorising this as a scale up.
No, unfortunately, they didn't all buy their houses off plan from the same building.
It was a long shot, but okay.
No, it's a good thought. But this is a
So-
considerably smaller house.
Yeah. Does it still have cupboards?
Yes.
Excellent. I shall stow my back. Now I'm changed. I shall stow my backpack in one of the cupboards so it's
Okay.
not obvious, and then sneak out of the house.
Okay. Yeah, in the sitting room there is a remarkably intact but empty sideboard. Which you would imagine was probably too heavy to move.
Sounds fair.
Does seem to have been built along the same line as an Ent.
And I shall head to town, and under the guise of checking in on Miriam and
Tilda.
Tilda. That's it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You knock on the tailor's door,
But of course, I know she's not going to be there.
but there is no response.
There are no sounds to hear.
Yes.
Which is fine.
Okay.
So I've got a little while before Hamus is back, so another 20 minutes. Just walk around town, take in the sights, you know, all the nice merchant houses, take a look at where everything sits
Okay.
around the merchants' houses.
Okie dokie. I'm noticing a pattern emerging here. Okay. You can
It's
indeed.
daylight, I'll see what daylight can show me.
Okay. You can indeed take a wander up the hill
Yeah.
to where the decent houses are. Presumably skirting Baron Kelsis' abode.
Yes.
As you don't want to get involved with the watch because it's Tamray who's in the watch, isn't it? No, it is Dagrid.
It's Dagrid that's in the watch. It's Tamray that's been working up at
That's
the
it.
Privates Club.
That's it.
But I'm not in uniform at the moment, so yeah.
No.
Because I haven't had my uniform delivered yet.
No, you
I've paid
haven't.
the chip for it, but I haven't had my uniform delivered yet.
It's all been a bit busy, and the tailor is currently invalided out.
Somebody wounded the tailor, yeah.
What a damn shame.
Yes. You can indeed wend your way towards Delgrin's, if that's your ultimate destination. Okay. You've got the same exposed exterior as was seen by Hamus.
Yeah, I'm not looking so much for an insight into where the inside is at the moment. I just want to get an idea of if there's any windows already open. Maybe someone's let something air. And obviously there's a gaping hole where the fire was. That's one potential point of ingress.
Right, the fire, you
The
assume,
roof, perhaps.
Yeah, was on the right-hand side. Let me just shift the image a little. There's somebody down there. Okay. Oh, come on, Techie, don't be a pain in the ass. Or you could just move the window, you idiot, Linda. Sorry, I'm apparently a galloping chimp. I'm moving something, I wonder what. There you go. To the right-hand side, you can see a stone-built extension, for want of a better term.
That would be this thing out here.
Yep. The roof of that shows scorch marks and is partially canvas.
Okay, so he's already got people working on it.
He did say.
He did say yes. So, given that it's daylight, are they working on it at the moment?
No, nobody is working on it at this present time. He didn't say he had good people working on it, he just said he had people working on it. We know how contractors are. Turn up, rip your roof off, and then bugger off on holiday for a week.
All three.
Yeah. Ooh, there's a guy's hide builders. So,
Note yourself when you're trying to open Buttercup's stream so you can see what she's actually putting out. Do it in the right browser, i.e. the one that's not being put out on your stream.
how to confuse the situation. Excellent.
Streamception.
Hello, Techie. Nice to see you again.
So, if they've got it covered over, it's not an available point of ingress. So back to looking at where the windows are on both floors. Just sort of clock where they are, if any are currently open.
Right. There are no currently open windows on the ground floor. However. Ooh, apparently we're zooming all the way out there.
Apparently this is a picture of a black cat in a coal shed with the light on.
I'm guessing the fog of war is great at this point.
Yep,
Yes.
It's a very foggy night.
Yes. We're after an exterior view. That isn't actually stone, that's the partially reconstructed roof.
Right,
I ran
that's
out
like
of
the floor
time.
below.
Yeah. I ran out of time, leave me alone.
Yeah, that's fine.
She considered finishing it with Basil, but it just wasn't going to work.
So, those are the available windows.
Again, I'm assuming none of those on the first floor open either.
Would you like to make me an awareness check?
I'll try. Yeah, based on my past rolls, it may not be too great, but I'll try.
And also, just because I obviously hate you,
Oh, God.
a
Practice
stealth
paranoia?
check.
Okay.
No, nothing's actively waiting to leap out and rip your nose off.
Fair enough. Let's do the awareness first.
Okay.
That gives me a 16.
All
and
right.
the stealth... Oh, for fuck's sakes. Five.
Okay. Yep. Even if he'd been asleep, he would have seen that. Okay. Your awareness leaves you running around, wandering around the outside of the building, glancing up. And you see that a window is indeed open.
I shall flag that for later use.
And it's this one. However,
Which one? Sorry, I didn't see the click. Okay, cool, thank you.
Gotcha. However, what you also see is the front door opening as you pass the corner of that building, and Samuel stalking out.
Oh, fuck.
Excuse me, can I help you? Master Tamray?
I think you have me confused with someone else.
There's... Of course, you don't necessarily have to do the accent, because it will address you in Nilfgaardian, in Elder Speech. I'm terribly sorry. You bear a startling resemblance to one of the Master's guests. He
Again,
looks
not
slightly
speaking
puzzled.
in Nilfgaardian, but speaking in accented common.
Okay.
Is that so?
Yes.
Thank you. Did you say his name?
I said his name. Yes,
was-
sir.
What was his name?
Why does Sir wish to know?
It has been so long since someone called me sir.
If
There is a member of my family I would rather avoid. If he is in the town, I would probably leave.
that strikes me, sir, as an excellent plan. I believe Master Tamray would not necessarily be receptive to your contact in your present impecunious state.
I am believing you would be correct. Thank you.
Remembering that Dagrid dresses like he just crawled out of a hole.
Yes. Exactly.
My go
Oh
now.
god, I've started the chain cuffs.
Yep. That's the sound of the men working on the chain.
My dice hate me tonight, clearly.
Yes, absolutely. Your dice tried to feed you to a rabid dog. I mean, come
Rabbit?
on.
I might get rabies now.
Did I say rabid? I didn't necessarily mean rabid. I mean, I may have said rabid.
I'm now going to scurry off and find something else to spend the rest of my afternoon doing, because scouting, that's now a really bad idea.
Okay, on your way back down to town.
Was it a rabid dog or was it a dog gone rabbit?
If I was about to get my face eaten off by a doggone rabbit, that's even worse.
Night of the Leapers.
Oh, that's a bad film.
It is. On your way back down, scurrying from town, you overhaul the happy couple, Merian and Hamus,
Aha.
as Dagwood.
Overhaul, as in they're heading back to town from their delivery.
They are, yeah. And you're leaving with a degree of alacrity by the sounds of it.
Yes, tail quite firmly between my legs.
Yes.
Hamus, is that you?
Yeah, good. Where the heck have you been? It's all gone horribly wrong.
Do tell.
Well, somebody tried a ritual and there were some injuries to the local wise woman, and Tilda got hurt quite badly. She's at the camp now. The army's healers are looking after her.
Is she... When you say badly, how badly do you mean?
They think she might lose her arm.
Marion makes a slightly strangled noise.
I am sorry.
Amos will put a comforting arm around Marion.
Mm-hmm. She'll let you. She's walking along doing that arms folded, wrapped around her thing. So, what's the plan, kids?
Well, continue heading into town, obviously.
Okay.
I shall accompany them on their journey.
Okay, yeah. You can make it the rest of the way down the hill.
Everybody's filling in a few more details of things that he actually already knows. Tamray.
Yeah, so bringing Dagrid up to the speed that Tamray's at.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know if you've seen him yet, but your brother's in town.
I had heard as such, yes. I had an encounter with someone who had been speaking to him.
I thought that might be where you'd vanished to. Get out of his way.
Yes. And I may be vanishing again. It appears my brother is around this evening, so I shall be making myself scarce.
It's terrible when families don't get on.
You have no idea.
No. Amos, I've got to pick a dress. I don't know. Yes.
Where are you going then?
Well, I suppose I ought to. You know, it'd be rude, and you know, it's always nice to be able to point at things and say I made that. So,
That's true. You might be able to drum up some custom.
Yes.
People love work, you know.
I need all the
being
business I can
able to,
get.
you know, maybe make some offers.
She looks down at the parchment in her hands. I wish she could come.
Honestly, love, I'd love to come with you, but to be honest, even if I had an invitation, don't think I'd be very welcome there. And somebody really ought to keep an eye on this fella. Can't have him hiding out in a tree on his own from his brother.
No, you're a good friend. Tears well up in her eye.
Oh, bless.
And
Amos is indeed a good man and a good friend.
she heads into
Only feels like an utter heel.
and heads into the tailor's shop with, well, the smile gets almost as far as her cheekbones. So, yes, feels like an utter heel lying to poor old Marion. What's a little emotional manipulation between friends?
Well, that made things a little bit more awkward.
In which bit?
Well, I know I was going to be sneaking around anyway, but the less people there are who, if they spot me out of the corner of their eye, can actually recognize me, the better. I don't like the idea of Marion being there.
Perhaps we can convince her to visit Tilda this evening.
She sounded to me like she was going to that party.
I can see where she would believe it would do her good to be there.
I'm just going to have to be careful.
But she will be where the people are partying.
And if all goes according to plan, I won't.
Just so.
Seems perfectly reasonable.
And being on the inside, I may be able to shepherd her a little to where she will remain in the populous areas of the party.
You are going to have an awkward evening.
Yeah, I know. I know. Guide Marion to these people, although I don't really know Marion. Kiss the hand of the one who we're targeting.
The love
And
of
then
God.
get her shepherded away by herding Delgrim somewhere. Jesus. This is going to be fun.
Are you part border collie? Because I think you might need it. Oh, for goodness sake.
You sound as bad as I feel.
Oh. It's okay, it's just every now and then the speaking.
Yeah.
Ugh. It's annoying.
So, there is one other thing that we need to consider.
Yes?
When exactly are we going to get the stuff from the tree?
I have been to get my part of the stuff. I do not trust the elf, but I did not want to take yours, knowing you're out and about, thinking you may find it gone.
I wasn't sure about either of us going there on our own, to be honest, in case he was still knocking around.
I was willing to take that risk.
Maybe better go get my stuff now.
I have found a temporary location in town.
Okay. That's handy. Where's that then?
There's some abandoned houses.
Abandoned houses is good. Can work with that.
Indeed.
Local wildlife.
Well, I'm still not entirely sure how it got inside, but I let it out and it ran away and it's fine.
I just love the fact you haven't sold him it's a dog.
Actually been there since the house was abandoned.
This is why it's so rabid and hungry. It's like,
Yeah.
Dog out.
food has opened the door. Eat the food.
Eat the food, smash its teeth on the food. I can't believe it.
That's probably why its teeth were
How
so...
many natural ones can you roll in one combat round?
I know, right?
Not even in one combat. One round.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm hoping that's it for the night.
You actually want to be rolling lots of natural ones because the fumble table result is based on the. You don't actually get a negative number. You can't go below 0.
No.
But what the negative number would have been.
Right.
So actually, if you fumble, you want to roll a 1 or something low.
Yeah. I rolled an 8.
Avoid going on too big a negative number.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will show Hamus to where the... I will indicate the house to Hamus.
Mm-hmm.
And assuming you want some escort on going to reclaim your gear, I shall come with.
Okay, so we can do that now then. Go and fetch the rest of Hamus's gear,
Okay.
which he is going to need for the operation. That's where he has his rogue's clothes. So he's got his ninja outfit there.
Yeah, and you'll need my chloroform.
Yes.
Use the chloroform.
Sentences you will only hear in game. You'll need your ninja outfit and the chloroform.
No,
At that point, you know what we're planning, though.
Useful
that describes the entire caper. Ninja outfit, chloroform. Ah,
Yes.
it's a kidnapping.
I am... And I will leave this up to you guys to decide. It's currently 10 to 10. Now, we did start late, but... Night, you still sound a bit rough.
Yep.
And I'm wondering about taking this up to literally the entry to the party.
the actual.
And then do the party.
And then do the party next week, if you're okay with that.
There's been a lot more pre-parties than I was anticipating.
Yeah.
Yeah, likewise.
Well, it's been nice having you guys get back into character after the big gap.
Yeah, it's been really helpful actually to get back into characters.
So if you're okay with that, I will push on and just get you through to the night.
We've ruined the name, though.
I know.
10 parts would have been perfect. Just nice.
Yeah. So the next part's part 10B. Is that level 10B?
10B. Oh, not 10B.
We've already got a part 0, so we can't even renumber it that way.
Oh, shit. God dang it.
Fortunately, I have no OCD tendencies whatsoever, so I have no problem calling it part 11.
Okay, we'll renumber it differently then. Okay, so this is episode A. Next week is going to be episode B.
10A, 10B.
We are now doing all of our streams in hexadecimal.
Sorry.
And now the GM is broken.
We have to do Traveller again.
Sure. No, I'm now going to have to sit here and do the binary calculations. Okay. No. Okay, yeah. I
So-
think this is probably a good call on my part.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Does
because
anything happen to interfere with the...
Can I please take awareness checks from the pair of you?
Awareness or practiced paranoia or both?
Awareness.
Okay.
This is on the road.
17.
Okay, Attack of the Clones. On your way out, which Dagrid was a little distracted when he grabbed his gear, but on your way on the road out to your tree, you pass the large house with the large garden where you know that the family Lara live.
Oh, do we go past that?
You do.
Crime family.
It's set back not far off the road. You've basically been wandering back and forth
The road
from it.
runs along by the river, and it was by the river, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had to put those two facts together in my head.
As you pass the house which you'd largely been ignoring, because they definitely were operating on a if you don't bother us, we don't bother you. Your problems only kicked in when you walked in and said, "Hi, I'm from the Watch."
Who would possibly have done that?
When I
Yeah.
went picking flowers in the garden.
Or when you went picking flowers in the garden. I still can't believe you got away with that. However, as you walk past, you see a couple of dogs.
More still alive.
Tearing.
I'm going to complain. We need a better elf.
Tearing at something in the front garden, in the bushes.
That kind of bodes ill.
Doesn't it just?
I don't think I want to know what it is. I'm going to pretend I didn't see it.
I saw nothing.
Okay. So you can progress to your tree. Near where you saw Helenin.
Yes.
It's all fine.
Very, very aware of everything.
Okay.
Paranoidally aware.
What are your awarenesses?
Base of 12 in my case.
Okay.
Base of 11 in my case.
Oh.
Anyone of you were criminals and being aware is an important part of our lifestyle.
Okay. So, Hamus all looks well. Dagrid.
Uh-oh.
So that's 25. And with your roll of 25, things are not as you left them this afternoon when you grabbed your backpack.
Oh.
They're almost as you left them,
But not quite.
but the folds on Hamus's dark suit are not quite as he leaves it.
Someone has been here. Since I was here this afternoon. Things have been moved.
Okay, I'm going to check through my stuff and make sure it's all there.
Right, what else do you leave with your stuff?
Okay, basically I had a pack there which contained, let's see what was there, my thieves' tools, my throwing. Was I still carrying my throwing knives?
You had your throwing knives with you.
I was accidentally carrying them and
Yeah.
didn't get a chance to get rid of them.
Yep.
Okay, so my thieves' tools, my loaded dice, my map, my hourglass, my bandolier, rope, grappling hook, cold weather clothing. No, the cold weather clothing he probably had because it's not been very wet.
It's fairly chilly.
Yeah.
That had on him. I think that's about. Oh, his black magic doll was probably in the pack as well. I doubt
Okay.
He's had around with him all the time.
Right. Looking through your pack after being alerted by Dagrid, things are not in the order you left them.
So
It's
they're all
close.
there, but they've obviously been. Like,
Yeah. The only thing that is not where you would expect at least to find it, and what makes you realise that this is not right at all, is your little black magic doll.
Yeah, if it was the elf that looked at this, she's going to pay attention to that.
Mm-hmm. The head has been twisted. Almost 180.
Someone's been playing with my puppet.
It's like somebody considered destroying it,
And then didn't.
and then either bottled or was distracted.
Either that, or like somebody attempted to impose a human being upon it in the way that it is supposed to be used, and then tried to snap their neck.
That might happen.
It's an interesting one, isn't it? Is using somebody else's puppet to kill someone the equivalent of shooting someone with, somebody else's gun to set them up?
It's a thought, isn't it?
Frame someone in a magical society with stuff like that.
Yeah.
That'll be a future one for Galasweyn Investigates.
Yeah.
So,
Death by sympathetic magic. Who was
Yeah.
the real perpetrator?
yeah. So it has been shoved back into your pack, but it has been damaged.
Had I known I would be seeing you, I would have brought your stuff, but I did not think that I would bump into you until much later.
Dagrid has his own chloroform with him, doesn't
Yes.
he? Yeah.
Yeah, it's my chloroform that we're planning to have
Yeah.
Hamish use.
If your stuff was all fine, I'm guessing that he was around when you got your stuff.
And possibly saw me. I did not sense anyone. I did not see anyone or hear. But he is Scoia'tael.
Well,
You didn't hear an elf hiding in the woods.
you're good at-
There were no humans nearby.
No, absolutely. You didn't see anything that would cause you alarm.
How do you know when there is an elf hiding in the woods? You can't see an elf hiding in the woods.
If an elf hides in the wood, does anyone have a damn clue?
Yeah.
So, what you doing?
Back to stash this stuff in the new place, being doubly careful about being followed by mad elves.
Yes. And I think that's another marker for we need to kill this guy.
It does make you wonder what he was doing with the puppet.
I still don't particularly feel a need to kill him, but I definitely want him away from here.
Fair
It
enough.
occurred to me, I really should have merged two of the items that my life path gave me.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I've got this black magic doll, my
Yeah.
puppet,
Mhm.
and I also got a lucky token that's giving me this +1 luck. I should have said that the lucky token was the
Was
black.
the black magic doll?
Yeah? That would have made sense.
Bit late now because
Yeah.
you could
Little
carry
bit late.
Hindsight's 2020.
didn't have the puppet, but there you go.
Yeah.
Things to keep in mind next time we do a life path.
Yep. Which, depending on how many dogs you irritate, may or may not be so. God. I genuinely thought I was going to have you eaten by a dog.
So did I.
I do have a couple of ideas for other characters who, not to replace Hamus, but who might pop in where they're more appropriate to a scenario than Hamus is.
Sort of broaden things out a little bit. Yeah, I'm as happy to have you guys do that, because while I think these two are always going to be the core,
Such as if we ever decide we need a Witcher for a scenario. I don't see us ever having a game that has a Witcher in, but a scenario that has a Witcher in.
Yeah.
That I can see. And it would be more fun for it to be a player character Witcher than an NPC Witcher.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. I'd hate to run an NPC
And it would
Witcher.
probably be my contact as that Witcher, so I'd still be playing Dagrid,
Yeah.
which means you'd have to play the Witcher.
I love the idea of a Witcher based loosely on Helena from Orphan Black.
Hmm.
I think that would just work so well.
Completely batshit barking bonkers.
Yeah. Could be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dagrid can lead you back to the honeysuckle manse.
Yep.
The dog has not come back.
Good. I do open the door with my dagger drawn somewhat cautiously.
Some of the spiders look at you a bit funny, but aside from that, you're good.
How can spiders look at you anyway but funny? They've got too many eyes.
He has a point.
They have, yeah. Don't like spiders. So, you can indeed stash your gear, either in the sideboard that Dagwood has used, or you can try and find somewhere new in the house.
I think leaving it all in one place so that if we're in a hurry, it can be grabbed quickly.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Okay.
a plan.
And
That's
I was
perfectly
assuming we were
reasonable.
likely to be in a hurry.
Okay.
Anything that I'm not using will be in the pack, and when I change for the operation, because I'll obviously be doing that in my rogues gear,
Yeah.
with a different selection of equipment on me, the rest will go into the pack.
Yeah.
So,
Likewise.
Okay, so
a satchel, in fact. Would be nice.
day is closing.
So my cat appears to be having a fit.
Okay.
Going round and round in circles for no really apparent reason.
Kitten stampede.
Fortunately not, no.
Oh God. No, if
If
he...
he stampede from there, he's likely to kill the computer, because every time he jumps on and off this thing, I've got a small sort of desk type thing on top of my desk, so it provides a double level. And every time he jumps on or off it, it shifts anywhere from half an inch to an inch and a half. And I just worry about one day him getting overexcited and it going straight through my touchscreen.
Pippin's big is the problem.
He's not, but he is solid.
Yes. Okay, fair enough. And he is gorgeous. We know
And
this.
he's at the moment because he's a greedy little person. And in fairness, my flat is freezing. And he's in it all alone during the day when I'm at work and the heating isn't turned on. So
Yeah.
I can understand him eating a bit more to see him.
Okay.
So we've got our stuff. We are ready on that account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next thing we have up to do was to case the building at
Okay.
night, which will be this coming night.
Yes.
Same
Now,
day.
I will fill Hamus in on the casing that I did during the day,
Yeah.
and the encounter that I had with the butler, whose name I've forgotten already.
Samuel.
That's it, thank you.
Hamus will fill you in on what he saw when there with Miriam. So we've got that bit of corridor at the back, and that does appear indeed to be the kitchen on the right-hand side.
Yep.
The northeast quadrant.
Oh. Clock you using the technical language.
I've no idea where north is on this map. I'm just guessing. I'm making it up.
Map north is always up. Everybody knows that.
Ah, do they?
Yes.
Dwarves don't.
Absolutely. Shut up. How do you know? How many of you met?
Reread your copy of The Hobbit.
No,
Look
it's
at the map
east.
in that. Yeah,
It's east just to mess with people.
map east is up for dwarven maps. We know this
Yeah.
to be true.
Yes, because Papa Tolkien was a git.
Papa T liked to cause trouble.
He did. So, are you still planning on an exterior scout?
Yes, I still want to try and get a look in through some of those other windows.
Okay.
But
Right
I will
then.
be doing it, obviously, in my ninja gear.
Okay. Are you doing it alone or are you doing it with Dagwood?
That's up to Dagwood.
I'll join him.
Okay.
We can cover the ground twice as quickly and be in and out of the terrain faster.
Right then.
Ninja gear to wear, or
Of course not. Don't be silly. I couldn't afford ninja gear. I was too busy getting flashy clothes and plenty of rings and...
Rings
So
and
I'm
things.
wearing the matte black, vanishing into shadows, and
I'm
your
in scamp gear.
high-vis.
Not high-vis.
Gilet jaune. Okay.
Hamray is high-vis, despite being black and white. He is high-vis.
Yeah.
Dagrid is more sort of shitty brown, which will blend into the...
That's not
No.
too bad.
Yeah. It's not... it's not Packer stealth gear, but it's tough to see in darkness gear.
Okay. In that case, you are looking at the moment at the ground floor.
Yeah, but
Are you staying together? Are you going one each side?
I don't know how you feel about this, but I'm wondering maybe one of us goes to the
One
right.
goes left, one goes left.
Both do a full circuit, and then we compare
Compare
notes.
notes.
Okay. Who's going which way?
Okay, but by random chance, which way are we currently standing? Because we'll go that way. Let's say evens, Tamray's, Dagwood's on the left, odds, Dagwood's on the right.
Okay.
Evens it is, so I'm going right, Dagwood's going left.
There we go.
Okay. So, the first window that you come to, what is your stealth?
Oh, that's a very good question.
That's where the Hamus, because he's going right. He's hitting a window first.
And I get +1 at night for my rogue's clothing.
Sorry, your base stealth is what?
12, 13
13.
including the rogue's clothing.
Right, okay. There are some people who would frown on the GM rolling this, but no.
This is the kind of stuff that it makes sense for the GM to roll, because I shouldn't know whether I've been stealthy or not. That's kind of
No. No, that's fine.
I feel the same about most awareness checks.
Yeah. You don't know whether or not you've missed it.
Although it
Okay.
is an excellent way to wind up your players, is just to ask for awareness checks for no reason whatsoever. And
Yeah.
Is
And
it?
it's a good
no
tactic.
matter how high they roll, they can't see anything.
I would never.
Surely not.
Normally, I only do that kind of trick on players that are obviously abusing such things. Though, when you get you have
Yeah.
absolutely no reason to be careful, but somehow they walk into that room on full guard. Then
Yeah.
I stop.
Okay, the pools of light on the floor are indeed present.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, going to be very careful about that.
However, you feel relatively secure as you move through well, it's not undergrowth. Move through the garden outside
What I'm going to
up
be
to the
doing
building.
before I try and peek through any window, I will listen. Basically, I'll hunch down underneath the window and listen for a little bit.
Okay.
See if I can hear any sounds of activity in that room before I
Okay.
risk any peeking through windows.
Dokie.
If I can hear a loud conversation in a room, I'm not going to go.
No,
So
that's
that seems to me to be the perfect thing to do. Oh, there's a conversation. Who's having a conversation?
No, then I'll just
Hi
stand
there.
and listen.
okay.
Taking notes carefully.
Oh, that went wrong. Thank you.
Get out my medieval dictaphone.
Right. Make me actually your awareness is 12, isn't it? Do you get a
Well-
bonus for listening?
I don't know, do I?
No, do you get any? You have nothing, I take it, on your character sheet.
Hang on.
Make
Not
you
that I
look at your
remember,
character
but let
sheet.
me just double check. No, I don't think so.
Okay. Right. You cannot hear much at all. Which window are you listening at?
Well, the first one,
So, left-hand side, yeah?
because I was going...
That one, yeah?
Yeah, that one.
Okay. You cannot hear much of anything.
In that case, I shall cautiously peek up and try and see what's in that room.
Okay.
I shall, if you'll excuse the Pokemon reference, and if you are assumed to be Delgrin inside this building, Pikachu.
Ouch.
That was bad.
That was pain.
Hey, it's not my fault that that's what they called him.
No, true.
That's a big old room. I think we may have found the dining hall.
That's what you can see pretty much from that window.
So I think I know where most of the party's taking place.
Could be.
Right, let's shuffle along and repeat the performance at the next window, which I expect to be the same room. And again, listen before I look. He is...
Okay.
He
He's
looking
nervous.
is enough that he is going to follow the plan and listen at every window.
Okay.
A lot of my other characters would probably, listen at 2 or 3 and then just start peering.
Yeah.
Not this one.
You think you hear a chink noise. You think.
In that case, I'm going to move on to window 3 and listen there.
Okay.
Bachelor number 3, do you make any noise?
You cannot hear anything.
Right, I'm going to try peeking there then.
Okay. You just make my
Maybe
life
there's
difficult
a
with
big room
polygon.
and there's somebody in this room and they are close to that second window, so less likely to be seen looking into the other two.
Okay. See, let's make sure I'm on the right setting.
Fire method, or my pun or Pikachu?
You can't kill Pikachu with fire. Literally, you're not allowed.
I think Charmander has probably tried several times already.
Yeah.
Probably.
Let's give you, because it's quite well illuminated.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 3 middle-aged people discussing Pokemon.
There you go.
Well, I was absolutely right about this being the dining room and that there was somebody there. Is that... Have I seen Delwyn? Would I recognise him if I saw him?
That is a woman.
Oh, it's a woman, so it's not Delwyn.
That is a woman in a plain dress. She's laying the table.
Right, I am going to assume it's an other servant and not suddenly change the plan, burst in through the window and just in case.
Yeah.
Although that would be hilarious to watch you suddenly try and do.
It would, yes.
Yeah. Oh, it's her! Get her!
The stealth goes completely out the window.
Fortunately, I don't have the chloroform on me, even if I were tempted.
This is true. You don't just get
Okay,
pile in
so-
through window number 2. So,
I am going to skip window number 4.
Okay.
I know where it is. I can't quite see it from this angle, but I know
Yeah.
where it is.
Yeah.
So I'm going to skip window number 4 and go straight to window number 5.
The one in the corner by the outbuilding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just-
Are you bothering to listen now that you know there's somebody there? Or are you just
I
going
am
to
not.
look?
But what I am doing is I am being really careful with my looking, and I'm
Okay.
coming in from the north edge,
Right, gotcha.
from the outbuilding edge, where least likely that anybody would come from and least likely to be spotted, hopefully.
Okay. Right, so that's a stealth check.
This is where I peer round to discover Samuel cleaning the window.
You realise Samuel is the only one who doesn't have a bloody icon. I went through everybody else, and I've just realised Samuel doesn't have an icon.
That's okay. Clearly he's not there and we don't regard him. It's fine.
It's fine, he's not like he's one of the most important people in the house or anything. Sif.
Don't know how well it would work, because, as we discussed earlier on, CC3 is a pretty resource-hungry program. But theoretically, using the window sharing on VC, I would be able to give you access to the character artist add-on to my CC3. So you could remotely control CC3 and create
That would actually be quite cool.
characters to be exported for tokens.
That would be quite useful, actually.
I can't give you the software, obviously.
Oh,
because
no, obviously not.
Fine. But I could give you access to mine because it would still be running on my computer.
Yeah.
The Windows thing.
Yes, that would be fair. I hope you don't object to the Fog of War chunks that you just haven't been able to see yet.
No, no. I mean, there's a bit there that I still haven't been able to see, but that has been removed anyway, which I can understand that it's easier for you. But yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. The maid moves around the table. She's laying large dishes and stacking plates.
I have pretty much seen all I need to see here.
Okay.
Now, this outbuilding bit, that's the bit that's under construction. Or
It
reconstruction.
is, yes. There are no external doors or windows to this outbuilding. However, the roof that you saw during the day is partly fire damaged and is part wood and part canvas.
Now, what kind of construction is this wall? I mean, it's stone, yeah, but is it close to stone?
It's flint.
Flint.
Yeah, the only reason it's not flint on there is I wanted something to contrast with the floor and I got bored.
I'm wondering whether an 11 base dexterity would be enough to shimmy up a flint wall and peer in through one of the holes.
Well, it would certainly be an option. While you're
Maybe
thinking about
problem
it.
is you screw it up. So,
Yes, while you're thinking about that, I will move back to Dagrid,
Okay,
who was taking the left-hand path.
I was indeed.
Now, you know what the parlour looks like.
Borrow my black magic doll.
Yeah, I was thinking I'd skip the parlour because
Yeah.
I know that pretty well from the inside.
You know that, yeah. You
So
know that
effectively,
pretty
going
well.
through the windows, my next window's on the left around the back of the house already.
They are, yeah.
Jeepers.
There are no windows at all down that side.
So yeah, I shall scoot round.
Design decision on my part. It's actually a pretty well defensible house, to be honest. Right. And your stealth is what, 11? Or is that your awareness?
Stealth is 10, I think.
Okay.
Dex and stealth, yep, 10. Because I have no modifiers for it.
Okay. So, are you poking your head up straight away? Are you doing what Hamus was
I'm
doing?
doing what Hamus was doing.
You
Listen
do-
first.
Okay.
The last thing we'll do is stick your head up and again find Samuel cleaning the windows.
Yeah.
Hi, again.
He's just going to think you fancy him or something.
Hi, Samuel. What?
I was thinking earlier when I was saying some of my characters would get bored of listening at the windows. It also occurred to me that Celebrant would just walk up to the first window, stand directly in front of it, and light up a cigarette.
Yeah, actually, Celebrant would. I really must run some Night Spawn. I love Celebrant.
Totally unsuitable for streaming, though.
Well, so long
We
as
have an
you
18 rated look.
yes, as long as you mark it adult.
Not enough. Not for Celebrant.
Right.
Anyway, carry on with this game.
Yes. Okay.
You reveal a row of bookcases and some small stalls.
Okay, probably a library.
Towards the centre of the room, you can see a couple. Well, you can see a chair.
Am I to assume that the fog of war only goes so far because there's a wall the other side of the bookshelves?
Oh yes, yeah,
So sort of down to here.
yes, yeah. It stops there because there's a wall.
So that room is completely windowless.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Oh, yeah. That's where Delvin does his photography.
Hang on. Let me just give you a slightly because the polygon reveal was not being terribly kind. So let's give you that.
Okay.
That's a double door.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, completely windowless room. Interesting.
Yes, it's Delgrin's red room. It's where he keeps his punishment gear.
Or possibly it's some sort of private study or something.
More likely, yeah.
Who knows?
Okay, so there's no signs of movement. There was no sound. So, let's take a look in window number 3
Okay, skipping window number 2.
for the moment. I might
Listen.
double back,
Are you listening again?
of course.
Okay,
Take that as a standard operating procedure at this point.
no problem, sir. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay. You can't hear anything, but as you approach window number 3, your foot tangles in what, glancing down, you realise is bramble. And you're left hopping, trying to free your left leg.
Why would I help? I've got a dagger.
Okay.
I don't see anything, but as you move across, your foot tangles in what you look down to realise is a vicious man trap.
Samuel comes out with a shotgun.
You decide to immediately reassess Delgwyn. He's got a room with no windows and man trap.
Yes, he is in fact Batman. Okay.
No, I was thinking suddenly we need Elizabeth Zalander here.
Yes. Right, I would like you to make me a stealth check, please. And I would also like you to make me a small blades roll.
Okay, the stealth check is 19.
Damn.
The small blades check, I actually have to look this up because I don't think I've used small blades yet.
No.
That is... Where does that one sit? Small blades is there as a reflex skill. Okay. 15.
Okay. You succeed in... Hang on, what kind of dagger have you got?
It's a dagger.
Oh, yes, okay, fair enough. Just checking you're not using one of the...
I'm not trying to use a dirk to cut things, no.
It's me who's got a stiletto up.
Yeah,
basically.
that's what I was thinking. I knew one of you had the stiletto. I
You
couldn't.
know,
remember which
I
one.
couldn't afford the stiletto.
Daggers that I pinched off Thomason's leg.
Yes. Okay. So you can indeed cut the strand of bramble that was wrapped around your ankle. And do so with no more noise than perhaps a fox might make blundering through the garden.
Count to 5, listen again, and then look through the window.
Okay. You can't hear anything.
Okay, let's take a peek.
Okay. Who knew that just casing a house would be this stressful?
Anyone who's ever cased a house, I suspect.
Oh yeah, there is that. Why don't I just use this? Because that's actually pretty much a square. You get a rug, some form of cupboard, and a large table.
Excellent. A quick look back through window number 2.
Okay, retreating to window number 2.
Yep.
You're absolutely certain you cannot hear a damn thing.
Then I shall look up.
Probably. Let's clear that for you. A large, well-worn desk and a comfortable-looking chair
Nice.
with 2
Office.
chairs opposite.
And there's a rug, so we've got something we can wrap the body in.
I love the body, not the unconscious woman.
Delgwyn's a merchant, isn't he?
Delgwyn,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, wine and spirits primarily. Why?
I'm just still trying to think. I'm still thinking through this windowless room.
He wouldn't likely keep stock there, but it's got a double door into his office, so it's an interesting room.
Yeah, coming off the office could be something like a records room or a small storeroom or something, but it's also got a door off the main hall, which seems less likely.
Well, the back area that's still blacked in at the end of the hallway must have stairs leading up.
Logically, one of these 2 areas has got
And
access leading up. I mean, that's the other possibility.
Yeah, is that also a door there?
It is, yes.
Okay.
Unlighted staircases sound like a bad idea.
So I shall now head along to window number 4,
Let me just... Oh, let's actually be on the right one.
being very careful as I pass door number 1.
Let's do...
In fact, I'll have a listen as I get to door number 1 before I progress past it.
Yeah. So, yes, that room I will give you now in detail. Having totally forgotten the pan view. So, did you say you were now headed back round to...
Heading round along the back, we'll pause
Okay.
here
Okay.
to listen at this door here before progressing past it.
Okay.
The ultimate destination being this window here.
Okie doke. Ooh. You're
Uh-oh.
fairly sure there is nothing behind this door.
Excellent. Then I shall stealth past the door and progress to the window.
Okay. Okay. Listening at the window as well, or okay. Bugger. I mean, all right. Okay. You hear something from the far side of the window. Just general movement.
Now, we already know this is a kitchen, so the chances are, with it being sort of early, it's dark, dark time, so they'll probably be either washing up from dinner or preparing for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm expecting there to be movement.
Even the kitchen staff sorting their own meals after everybody else has eaten.
So, you're looking
I'm actually
through...
going to bypass these windows. We already know that that's the kitchen, or
Okay.
suspect that's the kitchen. Hearing noise in there, I'm not going to look in. I'm going to bypass the windows and continue my journey round.
Okay.
In which case, you're going to bump into Hamish coming the other way.
Yep, pretty much.
I would say he should be coming round the corner about the point that you're moving on past those windows.
Yes. If he's progressing on down past the outbuilding. Then, yeah, you can meet on the corner.
Okay, well, silently wave, very, very quietly in his ear, whisper, "Servant in the dining hall down there."
Sound in kitchen. Excuse me.
Yeah. This is what I'm thinking, not tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you guys doing? How goes your theory about climbing the wall?
I dismissed it. I looked at it briefly and decided that it was too risky.
Okay.
I pretty much made that decision earlier in the day when I looked at it in daylight.
Okay. So...
Just looking at ground floor entry points. Just out of interest, all these windows that we've looked at and through, do they actually open? Do they look like they have an opening mechanism?
They have shutters, which open outwards.
Yeah.
They are glazed. It's hard to tell whether or not you can't... They're certainly not hinged.
Yeah. They might be uppy-downy ones.
They might be sash.
That's the one, thank you.
But they are definitely not hinged opening.
Thank you. I will continue round. We already know that now that she's in there. I've been told that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a need to continue looking through because I won't necessarily see anything that hasn't already been seen, other than to familiarise myself with the layout. So yeah, I won't be looking as keenly as I was in the first couple because we've already got keen eyes in here. This will just be for me. Listen.
Okay.
If it's quiet enough, risk a peek.
Yep. It's... You can hear activity, but it's not excessive. And when you look through the window, you can see slightly better than... because I'm not a complete git. Nearly. Clear that slightly. You can see that a maid servant is, again, she's laying the table.
Okay.
Has made her way round.
Yeah, given her position, I won't risk looking in any of the windows down here, because all it takes is one glance and she'd see me.
Yeah.
At least from these windows, she's got her back to me because she's working on the table. So
exactly.
I think once I've finished here, I will then return back to our house to wait for Hamish.
Okay.
Because again, I already know this room pretty well.
Yeah. Okay. So what's Hamish' plan?
Given the warning, I'm going to bypass the kitchen.
Okay. Who wants to see the kitchen?
In the office windows.
Okay.
Hamish will be looking properly all the way around this side because he's thinking with a mind to needing to sneak around inside this building
Okay.
low enough. So the more of it he's actually seen with his own eyes, the better.
Right. You can...
Same again at the bottom.
Yeah. Okay. Because, of course, Hamus isn't particularly familiar with this. That is not a custard tart, by the way, on the left.
What is
This here.
It's a fire. Doesn't apparently like having a drop shadow applied to it.
Now you come to mention it, it does look a bit like a custard tart.
It does look like a custard tart. That may have to get worked on and re-exported.
in the Dungeon Designer toolset?
Yeah.
That apparently people aren't allowed fireplaces.
Hence I had to build one. That's basically a room. That's a mini room.
I tend to have mine open at the front.
Yeah.
But I do something very similar to build fireplaces.
Yeah. Okay, yes. What you can see through the windows is pretty much as it appears. There is a large pot plant just inside the left-hand window. On the wall over here, you can see a portrait hanging.
You know, actually, before I head down to the parlour at the front there,
Okay.
the northwesterly window
Okay.
up at the top there, since that room is empty of people, I am going to take a moment to examine that window more carefully and see if I can find out whether it opens.
Okay.
That window there, is that the one you're talking about, Fish?
Yeah.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Okay.
Strikes me that that is a room unlikely to be in use during a party. Because if he's partying, he's not working, and I can't imagine him wanting other people.
Yeah. Okay, make me an awareness check. Let's, actually, no, make me a deduction. This is figuring things out.
Deduction. Thank heavens for the human trait of ingenuity. Without which my deduction would be my intelligence.
But this is figuring things out rather than...
Oh my god.
Yeah?
I'm going to do a U, but for different reasons. I'm going to use my camera here and show my... If I can. I don't know if it'll reach.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh god.
That is a 1 with a 10 on the second die.
Do you want to keep rolling and see what happens?
Fishy, are you trying to beat my -8 record? Is that what you're trying to do?
How low I can go.
How low?
Maze, how low can you go?
And the cat
I think
looks on.
paranoid enough, I'll use another double die on this. No, I'm okay. I've got a 1 on that one.
So you're not going to beat my
11
-8.
taken off.
What's your total?
I'm unclear now, having read the bit about fumbles.
Yeah.
As to how it works outside of a fumble situation. We've been adding the 1 and then subtracting the die.
It is, yeah.
Fumbles, that isn't the way it works. The way it's described there is talking about just subtracting the second
Yeah.
die, not adding the 1. I'm going to carry on as we were. So adding the 1, that gives me 8. Subtracting the other 11 doesn't.
It's still not -8, Fish.
That's pretty
I
bloody
believe that this is
disastrous.
not a window after all, but is in fact a door. I just can't find the handle.
Either that or you've broken it trying to open it.
Yeah, you see, I am deeply tempted. While trying to ascertain whether or not this actually slides.
Trip forward and put my head through the window. Eh? Well, I trip over the brambles, no, my luck.
Roll me a d10, and I will roll one as well. And
Love me so much today.
yeah,
5.
Good enough. If we were within 2, you did not put your fist through the window. The windows are made of 4 individual smaller panes. It's that flattened glass, the flattened blown glass that gives that distortion. Which is why I've been a bit parsimonious about how much you can see.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Well, you think this may slide up like a sash. Your hand slips and you palm straight onto the bottom right pane. You feel it shift under your grip, but it stays put when you remove your hand. That could have been nasty.
That could. And I've still got to look at the last room.
Yep.
Slightly jittery all the way through.
All the way through. So back round to the parlour.
Okay, so yeah, he'll look at the parlour and then leave.
Okay, yep. You've got portrait on the left-hand side. There. On here, you have an ornate clock.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, there is a window seat, rug, and the table does indeed bear a selection of wine decanters.
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely a receiving room.
Yeah. The only illumination in this room is the fire and the candlelight. There are no sconces.
Yes, I see.
It's a more intimate atmosphere.
Okay. I think we've got everything we're going to get from this place.
Okay.
So, back to town. Changing back out of my ninja gear on the way.
Okay.
To compare... actually, I've got a problem. Because I'm an idiot.
Right.
Yeah. I've just gone AWOL from work to do this.
Oh dear.
I should be at the private club.
Yeah. Oops.
However, I've got an excuse.
But your girlfriend's friend was attacked.
My girlfriend's friend was attacked, yeah, with all the chaos.
Yeah.
And we'll go back to the private club tomorrow. You know, the day of the party.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay. So, any other plans for tonight?
Not for me. I'm almost thinking about kipping in the abandoned house, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah. You
I haven't
reckon
got a...
you could sort something out involving sort of thrown away blankets and...
Because I don't particularly want to go back to the watch just yet. A, because I haven't got my uniform. I was given the chit in, but of course things have happened. It's been busy.
Yeah.
I might get roped into other things, and I need to be free for the party.
Okay.
Hamish is going to head to Merriam's.
Okie dokie.
Giving me, you know I should be at work, but I didn't like the thought of you on your own.
If you wish to stay with me, I will not object. But I would not request it, knowing you have other places to be.
I'm definitely going to go to Merriam's because it
Okay.
covers me. That's going to be my excuse as to why I wasn't at work. Being there anyway, unless somebody actually interrogates her properly about it, she's not going to say that I wasn't there for the first chunk of the night.
Okay. She
Yeah, that works.
opens the door, and you can see on the work table
To make the continue leaving in the morning.
there are several dresses which have been laid out in various colours on the table. She still looks distressed, but a little happier than she did this afternoon. It's fairly clear she's been distracting herself. It's very late.
Didn't want to leave you alone. With everything that's going on.
Well, that's lovely. And she frowns in that whole tears not coming out sort of way. I tell you what, you can tell me which dress I should wear.
Righto. They can do that.
Excellent. Sit down.
That basically involves sitting here looking at a pretty girl. I can do that. That's fine.
She gives a bit of a short laugh. And then the next hour or so is taken up with her demonstrating and modelling various dresses. Not in a look how hot I am kind of way, but actually in an analytical,
Yeah.
this is her trade.
Amos has zero social etiquette skill, but we'll just give honest opinions.
Okay. After the first set of raised eyebrows, she relaxes a little. And, yeah, the next hour or so goes as you might expect. And then she pulls out a small bottle.
For a second, I thought it was all going to get very dark, and she pulled out a blade and attacked him.
And the next few hours go much as you might expect as well.
See, now I feel I'm glad that I didn't invite myself along to a slightly warmer, safer, more comfortable bed.
Yeah.
They can have their evening fun themselves. It's fine.
Okay. So yes, morning will roll round, and Dagrid will unwrap himself from his little bower in a disused bedroom, and Hamus can unwrap himself.
Overall, I had the better of this deal.
I think
Oh,
you got the
yes.
better of this deal, yes.
Most definitely.
Can unwrap himself from Merion's bedclothes and wonder why she's gone.
I imagine she does this early morning thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Judging by the noises you can hear downstairs, yes. You can hear water and, sizzling and stuff.
Water and sizzling and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean bacon?
It means don't look too closely at where the dogs went. And yeah, morning rolls round and morning routines can happen.
Normal sort of stuff.
Normal sorts of stuff. And you can decide what it is that you intend to do before you have to go party.
Prep the gear, make sure the chloroform's ready and in a deployable format.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, find out whether or not I still have a job. But importantly, what Hamus is going to do,
Okay.
he is going to present it not as I didn't come to work last night, but I need a few days.
Ah.
This is, there's a lot going on. Tilda's been injured.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to leave Marion alone for the next few days while she gets over this till Tilda gets back. No.
Okay. You'll be
If you
dealing with Aylwyn.
Under those circumstances, then I understand entirely. But they would like to come back in a few days and carry on working. And obviously, I don't expect to be paid when I'm not here because I'm not here.
Make me the best of persuasion and charisma.
Okay, so that is going to be charisma.
Okay, so you're going for it based on your likability.
Just on basically being a nice guy,
Yeah.
you know.
Good check with He's a really nice guy.
Who I haven't robbed.
To be honest, the ones who you have robbed still like you because they don't know you've robbed them.
Well, yeah.
Oh no, I don't like the look of that face.
Well, I'm out of a job.
Would that be a numero uno?
Yep.
Oh,
The number
God,
of ones
fish.
tonight is insane.
Grand total of 5
Oh my
after
God.
everything applied.
At least it was in positive figures.
Oh,
yeah,
dear.
it could have been worse.
Aylwyn, who is the person talking to you,
Elwyn is the boss man.
is the boss man, frowns. I'm terribly sorry, I can't do a German accent.
Neither can I, but it hasn't stopped me.
Thank you, Mekiado. I'm glad that you enjoy my pain and suffering.
Yes, he has failure face. That came out wrong.
Normal though. I mean, what about when I actually roll a 1?
That's fumble face. No, that's wrong.
That getting that whole different area.
I'm afraid I understand, but you should have told us. You've only just started working here. If we cannot rely on you, then I don't see a place for you here.
Ah, well. Easy come, easy go. Thank you for the work that you did give me.
You are quite welcome. And I understand that the injured girl from town will survive.
Well, that's nice. That's good. You didn't have to hear whether she was going to lose the arm, did you?
I didn't look into it that closely.
I wonder, you're in the army. You know these people. Who would I talk to about that? You know, take the strain off Marion rather than her having to deal with them. If I can bring her news, that would be good.
Wait here. I'm not giving you access to our camp. I've just fired you. Let me just invite you into our military camp. It's fine.
Nothing to see here. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
He heads out.
I admit, I was thinking more going to the edges of the camp and speaking to the sentries with a name for who I wanted to see, but okay.
That's what we're up to.
After half hour or so, after he returns, he's only gone a minute or two, but after half an hour or so, a breathless young lady in scout's gear, and I don't mean dib dib dib, comes running in through the front door of the privates, salutes, and hands him a message. His expression darkens. I'm very much afraid that you will not have good news to pass on. It seems that the young lady, her arm could not be saved.
Yeah.
She is receiving good care, however.
Well, thank you for what you could do.
Certainly, her life was saved by swift action on our part, but the limb could not be. I'm sorry for not having anything better for you. Now, unfortunately, while you're welcome back as a patron, we are closed.
I'll be off.
Yes.
Oh, way to end the session on a downer.
out of character question because I'm not there to have been involved in
Okay.
the conversation. If I remember rightly from the incident, it was her left shoulder because
left
it was
arm.
down here, wasn't it? And
Yeah.
she's right-handed.
She is.
There's still, with some careful mechanization, she could still work.
And prosthetic limbs are a thing.
But it won't completely stop her.
Mm.
It's going to make life difficult, though.
If she's the soldiering on sort, then I don't think that's the end for her. That seems interesting.
I know you haven't encountered Tilda all that much. But, yeah.
I don't think she's the sort that's going to let that stop her.
Perfectly reasonable. So, yes. Sorry for ending on the downer there. But
Yep, that's fine.
It's not a downer, she's alive. It can't be a downer if she's alive.
if you had made any one of the first aid checks,
If we hadn't really ballsed up the first aid,
if you hadn't completely hosed the first aid, only...
First aid had not involved dice.
Yes, only the herbal solutions brought by Dagrid meant that the bleeding stopped and infection did not set in.
You saved her life with herbal essences shampoo.
Yes, exactly. So, you've lost your job.
Yep.
You've nearly been eaten by a dog.
A small, teeny, tiny, yappy type dog.
Yep. Tilda has lost an arm.
It's been an evening of loss.
Yeah.
Really, hasn't it?
Marion has had a nice invitation, but is not doing terribly well. But you've got a sack of spuds.
I'm actually, Tilda definitely got it worse, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay with the losing the job thing. That's quite useful.
Okay.
Because the plan at the moment is, obviously, we do the kidnapping, we nick anything we can get,
And then we get the hell out of Dodge.
we give it a couple of days, because if we disappear at the same time, it puts suspicious on us.
Okay.
We want her and her elf to disappear first. And then in a couple of days' time, haven't managed to find any other work, I'm running out of money, I need to move on.
Yeah.
All actually works out nicely for us.
Okay.
That is actually a pretty good...
Yeah, and this was supposed to be a finale, but it isn't.
Yeah, it's
definitely it's a two-part series finale. That's what this is.
Yes.
This is part one,
Next week is part 2.
yeah.
and next week will be part two. It's a good old-fashioned two-part series finale.
Yeah.
So next week will therefore end on a massive cliffhanger that may kill our characters. Whether or not the series has been picked up for season 2.
Yeah, I was just happy that you guys got back into character because it's been a bit of a gap. And
Yeah.
I
We've
didn't
had
just
to
want to
get
dump
back
you.
It actually was really useful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
So, and
Hopefully we'll be more talkative, all of us, next week when we're at a party and we're expected to be talking.
Yep.
Well,
Rather than-
you're expected to be talking. I'm expected to be hiding in corners.
Yeah, I think you got
That's
the better
just-
end of the deal there because
That's
you've
me.
got the lungs that still work and Trot and I are still coughing along up every time we utter a
Actually,
sentence.
next week is all you and my dice. So it's going to go horrifyingly wrong on at least half of them.
Hiding in corners at parties. That's just me at every party.
Everybody.
Just give him a white hat and he can hide as a lampshade.
Right. So,
Actually, Hamish goes to this party disguised as me, Fishy. That will be the perfect way to go through an entire party without anyone ever noticing it.
But where would he get the pool cue from?
yes. My God, there's a blast from the past.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's an in-joke only the three of us
For
will get.
watching.
Yep.
Apologies for any issues that we have had this week. A little bit of pacing where we were trying to get back into character and
Yeah.
so forth, and a few issues with voices, but not too much actually.
No, it seems to be working out okay. So, a farewell to anyone watching this on YouTube.
Indeed.
So
Thank you. Farewell.
clearing